Hello, 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 hello. भाऊ मी इकडे बसला तू काय कर तुला घ्यायची आहे क्लास नाही मी नाही बसत यू वॉन्ट टू टेक द लेक्चर नहीं जस्ट in any case I am so tired bored and irritated I have this strong I don't want to take only the class but I wanted to cancel only how is the idea but I am not doing it हाँ तो ladies and gentlemen boys and girls let's go तुम लोग पागल है क्या यार let's go ahead we are done with our first two chapters so first of all you will have to speak along with me the charging section ladies and gentlemen, you will have to speak with me the charging section because the charging section is going to decide what we have to learn in our syllabus. Charging section, क्या sir? Income tax is payable by every person in each assessment year on the net taxable total income earned during the previous year, and the calculation depends on residential status and scope of total income. And at this stage of our syllabus, we already know how it depends. The residential status will determine which income is going to be taxable. If you are a resident, so you will have to pay tax on global income. And if you are a non-resident, still you will have to at least pay tax on Indian income. We are done with residential status, scope of total income. So last part is over. Definition of person PYAY was over in the first chapter itself, which only and simply means that now we have to learn only two things and finish our syllabus. Syllabus is over. Only two things are left. Which two things are? Calculation of income and calculation of tax. If these two things are done, then our syllabus will get over. Otherwise, only two things are left. Everything else is done. But yes, residential status and scope of total income, the chapter that we have completed, time has now come to go and solve the questions. First time in our class, we are going to be solving questions. So, if you observe that now that you all have the books, those who have taken online admission also, the books have been dispatched the same day when your enrollment was done. So if you had done in advance, so you probably must have received the first book. Second book is near completion, as I told you, as ready as and when ready. Immediately it will be dispatched again to the online students as well as the offline students. But we in class need only the first book for day-to-day question solving. Let me say it now only. Every day you have to carry this book. Second book you don't have to carry at all. Second book is an additional question bank, more questions than if any faculty in the country claims also that he or she has claimed to have to prove also. I will quit teaching if anyone says that their coverage is better than mine. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, which quite a bit of it I have also mentioned on the cover itself, and a lot of good things about myself on the back cover also. You revise and come for the next lecture, whatever I have written on the back cover, and don't admire photos of others. Please work so hard that one day. And I have given this as an open challenge to all the students of inter and final. Anybody touching 90 in tax at inter or final, touch 90, greater than or equal to. So in the book, your photo size will be bigger than mine. You can obviously have a look at the size of my photo as well. Your photo will be bigger than mine. And if there is lack of space, I will remove my photo and put yours. I don't need, everyone knows me. Actually, this time the photo had to be big because now I look much different than what I used to look 6 months ago. And people don't recognize me. So to be more visible, the size of the photo is big. Otherwise, I don't need photo on my own book. It is my book. I work 4 months in a year to make this study material. Your photo will be bigger than mine is my commitment. But for that, you will have to work. For that, you will have to solve the question. I am going to be doing all the questions of the class book with you. Sometimes I will give you some homework, but most questions I will be doing. Almost all questions I will be doing. Very few questions I will be giving you for homework. Even when I am doing, see, don't think like this that sir is doing, that means sir only has to solve. You have to be more active in solving these questions. Every step that I do, presentation, etc., I will teach you. But steps, you will have to speak before me. That is the target of solving, or that is the objective of solving questions. Am I very clear about this? So ladies and gentlemen, first concept, or first chapter, basic concept, which we have completed only. If you observe, previous year 24-25, assessment year 25-26. Do you understand how difficult the role of a tax teacher is? No amendment in the first chapter. Definition of PY, AY person, no change. Still this part I have to change. You check your brother's book. It will be PY 23-24, AY 24-25. But this has to be also changed. Every question, even when there is no amendment, I have changed the date. Because I will ask you question applicable for 24-25. So that's person ka definition, of course, we have studied. Lots of theory, but see, whatever we have done in class, that much is good enough. You know that in the introduction itself, I told you about the 5 heads of income. Here somewhere I have also given you the format of calculating income. So this is how we present. Whenever they are asking us to calculate total income, we one by one calculate income under various heads. So we calculate salary, house product, GBP, capital gain, other sources. Then we have our GTI. From that we take our deductions and we get our NTTI. These are 9 chapters. And then for tax calculation, now right now you will not understand concepts of basic tax, rebate or surcharge or cess, but there will be a time when you will understand everything. This is how you are going to be solving your questions, and that completes our first chapter as far as theory is concerned. Therefore, there was no question. It was only plain and simple theory. Second chapter, residential status. First for individual, resident, non-resident, resident further divided into ordinary, not ordinary. When will you be resident? 182 days in the previous year, 60 in the previous year and 365 in the last 4 years. Can you observe that? Sometimes 2 cases where 60, 365 not applicable. Citizen of India going abroad for earning or coming for visit. But those who come for visit, if income exceed 15 lakh, then 123.65 will be applicable. It is all same as what we have studied here. Wow. Wow, okay, it has to be same only, no? But now understand how the theory is written and how we write class notes. We learn the same thing. Same things are written. But this thick book and thicker book, by the way, the additional question, you must be thinking, sir, that contains only question answer. That is double of this book. This is only 250 pages. That is double of this book. Obviously, because every question of old study material, new study material, RTP, MTP, everything is covered. And you ask students, you know any of these students whose photos are printed? इब्राहिम को और कोई बस he is in final, he will give final exam now. नहीं, don't know, कोई बात नहीं. Ask them, it is their feedback. Sir, we did your full book. There were so many questions which were directly from that book, word to word. Not because I am setting the paper, but because I am taking ICAI study material questions. And they sometimes ask direct question from ICAI study material. If I make a list of the biggest mistakes of CA students, number 1, top pay, it is lack of writing practice, where you go through PDF, but don't write anything. That is the biggest mistake. You fail in CA only because you don't write on blank papers. You read questions, you read answer. It does not work like that. Biggest mistake is not writing on blank papers. Your self-study should be writing on blank piece of paper, not scrolling a PDF. Right? That is waste of time. But second is not giving enough respect and importance to ICAI study material. Because institute conducts exam. So they will ask you questions directly from their material. And if we have all the questions at one place, you will find in your exam direct questions, word to word, same number, same answer. Sir, magic hai your book. Magic is not in my book. I have taken ICAI question. It is very simple. I don't skip anything from that. Automatically it will be taken care. So yes, for revision purposes, we have our class notes. And for practice purposes, we have our question answer, both the class questions and the additional questions. After this, of course, do we have additional conditions? 730 and 2 out of last 10 years. Then we also had the concept of deemed to be resident, not a citizen, not a resident anywhere else. After this, we have questions on individual residential status, starting on page number 9. Now, the style of solving questions in my class, because I am doing it first time, it is very important. One of the students of the class has to volunteer on behalf of the class to read out the question loud. One student will read the question, and then together we will all solve. If in 5 seconds no one volunteers, I skip questions of that chapter and go to the next chapter. And by the way, chapter in any case is complete, so I have to start the next chapter, exam income. So you have only 5 seconds to volunteer for reading on behalf of the class. No one volunteers, questions are declared as over. Online, offline, anyone can do this. 5 seconds. 5. Good. There are some people who wait till the last second. They will grow up and go join the bomb diffusing squad. Last second. Thank you. Be loud enough that your sound also enters my mic, my recording.
Mr. X comes to India for the first time. Mr. X comes to India for the first time on 1st July 2024 at 2 p.m. He leaves India on 30th December 2024 at 1:45 p.m. Determine residential status for the previous year 2024-25.
One thing be clear, every question in your exam will be based on previous year 24-25. All these questions I have amended, modified, which is why the new book will take time. Those chapters where there are amendments, I have to change answers. Those chapters where there are no amendments, I still have to change the questions dates. It takes some time. It will take time. Your good news is near completion. Matlab within the first week of January, it will be printed and will be allocated. You can solve as many questions as you want. Okay. This Mr. X has come to India. There is something very, very special about this Mr. X. He is one of those rare cases who somehow has managed to maintain the timing data. Do you remember that? Windows seat. Hey, India, India, India. You remember that? So he has somehow managed to maintain that timing data. Correct? So fantastic. So we will count his stay in India on the basis of what he has given. Now comes presentation. First question, you got to understand the way of presenting the answers also. How to present the answers. This is not accounts where every chapter balance sheet has fixed format, left side liabilities, right side asset. Whether you do amalgamation or branch accounting or consolidated financial statements, holding company accounts, you have in your syllabus. Balance sheet ka format does not change unless you are making as per schedule 3 for companies. Company final accounts also is there in this. This is tax. Presentation will change chapter by chapter. So this chapter, this question is asking me to do what? Determination of residential status. This line is known as required part of the question. Sir, what do you mean by required part? This is not just tax but in any subject. Required part means do this, take your marks. Do this, take your marks. If you do this, we will give your marks. See, whatever is given till here is only a story. Mr. X is coming. So what do I do? Go to receive him. Mr. X is going. So what? Take Ola and go. No, that is story. I have to do what? Determine the residential status and you will get marks for that. So how will we present it? We are, for the purpose of an assessee, wanting to determine residential status. So that is going to be our heading. Whatever they are asking will be our heading. Determination of residential status. Who are we doing it for? Mr. X. In respect of previous year, 24-25. That is assessment year 25-26. Plain and simple presentation. Whenever you determine residential status, your first task is always going to be the previous year ka number of this. See, 182 has to be in this year. 60 has to be in this year. If 60 is fulfilled, then we check last 4 years. Then we check last 7 years or 2 out of last 10 years. Nothing can begin without first checking your current year ka number of days. So your calculation will start with this. Stay during the previous year 24-25. If you observe the question carefully, they have given you everything. He has come to India for the first time. When, sir? On 1st of July 24. Matlab, before that he was never in India. First tell me, this previous year 24-25 started on what date? 1st April. On that date, where was he? Outside, 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 outside. Finally, he came to India. When? That means his stay in India will start from 1st July. Now, he has given us time. So, on 1st July, we will calculate his time on the basis of hours. So, when we say 1st July, we will not take full day. What will we take? The number of hours. He came to India at what time? 2 p.m. 2 p.m. That means on that day he was in India for 10 hours. Do you understand? 2 p.m. to 12. And then rest of July, he is here only. Can we simply say 30 days? So now 30. First went. No? And by the way, you should know this. April, May. No, April, May. January, February. That is what I am wondering. Why is July coming here? Why is May coming? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, then August. This guy deserves standing ovation, whoever discovered this. So July has 31 days, 30 full, and first day, number of hours. After this, if you observe, August, full month. For this, you should also know how many days in which month. That is also required. You can't be saying like, sir, now we are in CA, we don't need to do all this. No, you need to. September, how many days? 30. October, 31. November, 30. December. Hey, pagal. What do you think I am asking you? Number of days in each month. How many? If he has left, you can't be saying 31. Then people are enjoying. Wow, sir, December 31, January. Sir, January also 31. 29 full days. And 30th December, he has left at 1:45. How? So 12 o'clock we count his stay. Till 12 noon, it is 12 hours plus 1 hour 45 minutes. So that is 13 hours 45 minutes, giving us a total stay of these many days. Because this is 10 and 13. So it is still 23 hours 45 minutes. If it was 24 days, then we would have converted into one more day. So how many full days? 181 days. Then 13 hours. 23 hours. Sorry. I was checking if you're paying attention. And 45. Oh boy. 15 minutes, 15 minutes saved him. If he had stayed in India for just 15 more minutes, it would have become 182. 182 means equal to 182 will also make you resident. Equal to will also make you resident. So at 181 days, by the way, listen, his smartness was he maintained data of time. If he had not maintained, then please understand, this plus this would have been counted as 2 days and the total would have become, and therefore he would have become. If you don't maintain timing data, then incoming, outgoing both days will be included. But he has done, or he has maintained the timing data. He has had the smartness of maintaining the data of number of hours. And consequently, ladies and gentlemen, he has saved himself. So at least he is not fulfilling the first condition, 182. Don't conclude non-resident immediately. Because 182 is not the only way in which you become resident. 182 not fulfilled. Go to next. Yes, 60 and 360. 60 he has fulfilled. But last 4 years he has not, and question is giving everything. He has come to India for first time. So that is also not fulfilled. Obviously, even if income ka 15 lakh ka data was given, at least last 4 years ka 365 is still not taking place. So 120, 365 also not applicable. And for deemed resident, question has to give us lot of data. Data about income. Data that he is a citizen, he is not a citizen. Data that he is not paying tax, not a tax resident anywhere else. When nothing is given, you cannot directly assume that deemed resident part. And for this reason, the answer here is going to be Mr. X is a non. You got the answer. But I want you to also understand the impact. Once you are a non-resident, what is going to be the impact? He will be paying tax only on his Indian income. He will not be paying tax on his foreign income, global income. ये clear है, everyone? Fantastic. With this, we go ahead. Question number 2, please. Question number 2. Arey, if you volunteer, then you have to read for that full lecture.
Mr. X is in India for 300 days in previous year 24-25. His stay in preceding years is given hereunder. Particulars: number of days status 23-24 0, 22-23 300, 21-22 0, 20-21 350, 19-20 50, 18-19 50, 17-18 50, 16-17 0, 15-16 10, 14-15 10. Determine his residential status for the previous year 24-25.
So once again, the task given to us is same. So now I want you to understand this, that my pro forma will remain same. Determination of residential status, Mr. X, PY 24-25, AY 25-26. Same format. And by the way, this is not accounts where you have to rigidly follow this format. If you want to change it, you are free. As long as you are giving the correct answer. Supposing you write it like this, Mr. X, PY, AY, and not in one line. So this is not accounts. You can change the format the way you want as long as you are giving the correct answer. I hope you are very clear on this. So very simple presentation. Step number 1 is always going to be to check your stay during 24-25. What is your stay during 24-25? 300 days. The moment your stay during 24-25 is 300 days. You don't have to check last 4 years. You don't have to check anything. If your stay in 24-25 is 300 days, you are going to be considered as resident. ये correct है? Everyone? Fantastic. Now what do you do? Because last time, last time after doing this, we did not perform only step number 2. Huh? In non-resident, there is no step number 2. Step number 2 exists only for resident. So this time is the assessee resident will be performed. Step number 2. What is our step number 2? Now we will have to go and determine whether the assessee is ROR or R. Now that the assessee is resident, what do we have to go and check? Step number 2 we will decide whether the assessee is ROR or this we are doing only because the assessee is a resident. What do we have to check? Here we will have to check 2 things. 1. Stay during last 7 years. Question has given us 10 years ka data because ROR or NOR requires 10 years ka data. But for this condition, we will require only 7 years. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only this much. What is this total stay in the last 7 years? 800 days, which is greater than or equal to, as 800 days is greater than or equal to 730 days. Is this condition fulfilled? And what is my second condition? Resident in 2 out of at least 2. Okay, very good. Greater than or equal to 2 out of last 10 years. Now here what is going to be my strategy? I will one by one go to the last 10 years and check the residential status. First year is 23-24. What answer do I get? 0 days to non-resident. So I will have to go ahead. I will have to perform this activity 10 times for all the 10 years unless at any stage I achieve my minimum 2 ka number. For example, I go to 20-23. The moment I see 300 days, what's my answer? Resident. So I get 1 out of 2. Carry on. And by the way, for this condition, you don't have to see ordinary, not ordinary. It has to be resident in 2 out of last 10 years. Third. Fourth. Story over. Finished. No need to check anything else. Because we want only 2. And we have got 2. See, if we don't get 2, we have to go till 10. But the moment we get 2, we will have to stop. We don't have to do anything further thereafter. So, ladies and gentlemen, easy resident in 2 years. One was 20-23 and 2021. So is he resident in 2 out of last 10 years? And therefore, Mr. whatever is his name, XE, is a resident and ordinarily resident. He will pay tax on global income, including foreign income, which is local. Foreign income controlled from India, yes. Foreign local income also will be taxable. Clear hai? Fantastic. Question number 3.
Mr. X is an Indian citizen who receives an employment offer from a company in Nigeria, leaves India for the first time on September 26, 2023 for joining his duties in Nigeria. During the previous year 24-25, he comes to India for 176 days, determine his residential status, assessment year 24-25 and assessment year 25-26. His total income from Indian sources is 1 lakh rupees, that is interest income. He has no other income in India.
In a rare case, they are asking you calculation for 2 assessment years. That is 24, 25, 25. Honestly speaking, when you are going for your exam, you have to learn the law applicable to assessment year 25, 26. You are not expected or required to know any past year. But supposingly the chapter has not taken place or undergone any, there has been no amendment in the chapter. That means, can I say the law applicable for last year and the law applicable for the current year is going to be same? So you solve both years as per what is taught to you. So once again, our heading will be same, determination of residential status, but this time we will do for PY 23-24. That means AY 24-25 as well as PY 24-25, which is nothing but AY 25-26. This time we will do both of them together. ये correct है? Now check PY 23-24. It starts on 1st April 23 and ends on 31st March 24, and this is 1/4/24 to 31st March 25. Step number 1 is your stay during the relevant previous year. In the first column it is 23-24 and in the second column it is 24-25. So observe, when 23-24 started, where was he? In India, because he got offer in 23-24 and he left on 26th of September. That means in April, where was he? India. So April he was in India. Yes. May he was in India. June he was in India. July also 31 days. August also 31. And September how many days? So 26 ko he left. But timing data not maintained, the outgoing day will also be considered. Correct? Eh? So his total stay in 23-24 is 170. And as far as 24-25 is concerned, look at how easy they have made the question for you. They have directly given you 176 days. That means for both years, we have joint understanding. In both years, 23-24, 24-25, he is in India for 179 and 176 days respectively. Therefore, he is not fulfilling the first condition, that is 182 days. Ye correct hai? But, that being resident cannot apply to him, that I can tell you in advance. Why? Because his total income is 1 lakh only. So that 15 lakh condition is not fulfilled. 120 also cannot apply. The only thing left is 63, 65. 182 he is not fulfilling. But let us see whether he is fulfilling 60 and 365. Is his stay during the current year 60 days? Correct. Now, as far as the last 4 years are concerned, please understand, he was always in India. Because first time he has left in 23-24. So if we talk about 20-23, 21-22, 20-21, 19-20, these full years he was here. By the way, 20-23 comes in last 4 years for this also and this also. And 1 year enough, because 1 year itself has 365 days. First time he has gone. So one thing is for sure, that last 4 years, in both these cases, he is fulfilling the 365 days condition. Yes or no? Because every year he was here only, and 1 year also is enough to make it 365. Correct or not? So, while he is not fulfilling 180, He is fulfilling 63, 65. Therefore, he is Popat. The wrong answer you'll give, I'll do this one. This is not applicable. Welcome to direct tax. This is direct tax. This is direct tax. It is not difficult when you study in class. Of course, it depends on who you learn it from. Direct tax is difficult when you are solving questions. Because studying direct tax is like getting married. Every time you think you are right, she will find out some mistake. She, ICAI, mother body. ICAI is a mother body. So, in reference of ICAI, I always say she, my mother body ICAI. Every time you think you are right, she will find out some mistake. Similar to getting married. Every time you feel, today I have not made any mistake, what kind of a message is this? I'll go home and you just see, the moment you go home and start talking, and you are very confident about your argument, the answer is, how dare you show your fingers? Is this the culture that we will bring in our home? Is this what our son will? How dare the whole argument goes down the gutter? It comes down to pointing of that finger. And therefore, you can never get this feeling that you are right. Same is the case of direct tax. Every time you feel you have not made any mistake, you don't even know what mistake you have made. In fact, for this reason, in this matter, strategic management is much better. At least you know that you don't know anything. Strategic management, at least you know that you don't know anything. In direct tax, you think you know it. You think your answer is right. You come home also with confidence. In fact, we as students always had the habit of, in front of every question in the question paper, we write expected number of marks after the paper. Ismail get this much, this much, this. Then we take a total. Okay, I will get these many marks. You never do that. That calculate how much you will score in every paper after the paper against every question. I always did that. That 14 mark ka question, I know what I wrote, what I did not. I know that I will get 10 or 12 or approximate. I used to write minimum and maximum. And believe me, every exam that I have given in CA also, the actual marks were either exact what I calculated or maybe 1 or 2 marks plus or minus. Because when I am right, I know I am right. When I am wrong, I know I am wrong. Unless it is direct tax where you think you are right, but you don't even know what mistake you have made. Very confidently, you're doing 63, 65 is not applicable. Citizen of India who is going outside for the purpose of employment, and therefore the only condition applicable is, and therefore 182 not fulfilled. This assessee is, he could have become resident under deemed residence, but that is 1 lakh only. That has to be more than 15 lakh. This is non-resident. Understood? Understood what the question did with you? Fantastic. Let's go ahead. Next. Question number 4.
Pollock, the ethic cricketer, has been coming to India for 102 days every year since last 12 years. Find out his residency status for the assessment year 25-26.
Hey, by now, don't argue with me. Sean Pollock has retired. So, ABD Williams. He has also retired. Who is playing for South Africa now? Bajuma. Babuma. Or that silly looking guy, that baby kind of, still better than that Pakistan ka wicket keeper. You see? No, that Moin Khan ka son, what is his name? That fat wicket keeper who is always Azam Khan. This is a South African cricketer. This South African cricketer has come to India every year for 102 days. Matlab, your current year ka number of days are to clearly given to you. What is his current year ka stay in India? So Pollock comes to India every year for a period of 102 days. He is definitely not fulfilling 60. Sorry, definitely not fulfilling 182. Is that clear? And by the way, the good news is that your current year ka stay is also this only. No? So stay during the current year. If I actually start making the question, okay, heading format, that is done. If we are asked to determine the state during 24-25, that is the right in front of us, 102 days. Which brings me to the first thought that okay, 182 not fulfilled. If 182 was fulfilled, then my answer was over. Second thought that will come to me, what is coming in your mind? I want to know that, because writing these answers not important. These answers are printed. I hope you can. I don't see the answer. Listen, by now with little bit interaction with students of this classroom, I have realized one thing, that most of you all are staying in the same area as me. Most of you all, if not all of you. Me, Kala Choki, Parel, that back road from where Charan Darshan of Lal Bagh Raja starts, outside my building. Charan Darshan, there are two types of darshan. Mukh Darshan, Charan Darshan. Charan Darshan ka line starts outside, the main door is outside my building. So if I find you reading the answer, you have good news. I will drop you home. Achha, after me you have one more lecture. But morning ka first lecture is mine. So directly you come here from home. So I will pick you up in the morning and bring you to class. So that day, no cost of coming to class. Free. And full rasta. Marte. Shivam is like, sir, bring me, chalega. It's only crossing the road. Bro, one thing I must tell you. In this much distance also, no. Ek pad gaya. So you have no idea what will happen. You will collapse there only. And this is a heavily traffic area. Heavy traffic ka area. So you'll fall there itself, and then some truck will come, Salman Khan will come, then I can't do it. You better not read the answer. See, most questions of this book are solved questions. But we are not here to bring solutions. We are here to develop a thought process that if I am solving this question on a blank piece of paper, will I be able to solve this question without any help? For that, what is important is not me writing the next step. Is you thinking and telling me, sir, what am I thinking? So, for example, 182 is not fulfilled. So, what are you thinking next? I want to know that from you. 6365. Now, as far as 6365 is concerned, in the last question, you made a mistake. Don't make that mistake again. Is 6365 applicable? Why? Because he is not a citizen of India or person of Indian origin. He is a South African cricketer, and therefore, see, now whether he comes for visit or playing or any purpose, the immunity is granted to citizen or PIO, which he is not, and therefore 6365 itself is applicable. So state during the current year is 102, and if we talk about last 4 years, how easy it is, because every year it is 102. So last 4 years, and therefore is he fulfilling the condition of 60 and 365? Therefore, Mr. Pollock, you are a resident. Now that you are a resident, I will think about my next step. ROR or? ये correct है? ROR or NOR? What are the two conditions that you will think as far as ROR or NOR? 7 years, 730 days, and resident in 2 out of last 10. Now, please understand, if he is fulfilling 6365 in this year, and he has been coming to India since so many years, so every year he is fulfilling 60 and last 4 years 365. We want only 2, but by the way, do we know that he is already a resident in 2 out of last 10 years? In fact, he is resident in all years. And what is the second condition? 730 days or more in last, what is his stay during the last 7 years? Once again, same 102 into 7, 714, which is less than, which means the condition is not fulfilled. But one of them is fulfilled. But in ROR or NOR, step number 2, it is both, and therefore he is non R and resident, but not ordinary. He pay tax on Indian income. Yes. Foreign income control from India. Yes. Only income that he will not pay tax is foreign local domestic source income. Clear hai? Fantastic. So now you are getting a little idea about how to solve questions on residential status. Okay, so one more I will do with you. Question number 5.
Mr. X, an Australian citizen, furnishes the following information regarding his visit to India. FY 2021 55 days, FY 21 22 70 days, FY 22 23 80 days, FY 23 24 140 days, FY 24 25 68 days. Determine residential status.
Current year mein to he is here for 68 days. And now I will only tell you 63, 65 is applicable. Why? 182 is not fulfilling. 63, 65 is applicable. Why? Because he is not a citizen of India. So 60 days he is fulfilling. And what is the stay during last 1, 2, 3, 4? What is the stay during last 4 years? 300 and they have clearly given this. Here only you get your answer. Yeah. He is a survives he a non-resident. 182 he is not fulfilling. And 63, 65 also he is not fulfilling. Deemed resident you can't write unless and until data is given. ये clear है? Fantastic. Question number 1 minute. Now let me check. 6, 7, 8. Chal, at least 1 I will do, 2 I will give you. 6 I will do it.
Mr. Z, a USA citizen, left India after a stay of 10 years on 2nd July 2022. During the financial year 24-25, he comes to India for 1 year on 1st November 2024. Determine his residential status for the assessment year 25-26.
1 minute. So is the question and the required parts? Come on. First step is always going to be stay during 24-25. Now, question says he has come to India in 24-25 for 1 year. So he is fulfilling 365 days. He has come to India for 1 year. So 365 days is greater than 182, right? He has come to India on 1st of November. So please understand. Please pay attention. This is 24-25. If he comes on this date for 1 year, then full year he is here. But he has come to India here on 1st November. So yes, he will be in India for 1 year. But we have to stop our calculation on. So we have to calculate only from 1st November to. Do you understand this? Your 1 year will get carried over to the next financial year, but we are not going to count the days of that year. We have to count your current year ka days. That is 1st November to 31st of March. Is that correct? So start counting. November, December, Jan, Feb. Now last year students had this problem. They had to be very careful. Their Feb was 29. But then this year, because it is 24-25, your February is only having 28 days. Correct hai? And March 31. So what is the total number of days that he has spent in India during the year 24-25? 151 days. Hello? Fantastic. Now, what do you conclude with this? He is a USA citizen who left India and now he has come back to India. My first question to you is 6365 applicable or not applicable? Applicable. Why? Because he is not a citizen of India. He is not fulfilling, definitely he is not fulfilling 182 days. So our next task is 6365. Is he fulfilling 60 days? Yes. Now what will we check? Last 4 years. Now what are our last 4 years? Let's talk about 23-24. Is that one of our last 4 years? So how many days he has been in India in 2023-24? You have to be very careful. See, if you read the question carefully, all the dates are very clearly given to you in the question. 0. Sir, why? Because he left in 22 and then 23-24 he did not come at all. Directly he came in 24-25. So yes, 23-24 ka number of days 0. Then let's talk about 22-23. If you observe carefully, In 20 to 23 he has left. So when 20 to 23 he started, at that time he was in India. Somewhere in the middle of the year he has left. Are they correct or no? So in April where was he? Can I take April ka 30 days? Then May in India. Then June in India 30 days. And then July 2 days. Survive 2 days because on 2nd July he left. And when he left, that day we are going to consider because incoming and outgoing day will be taken. So how many days here? 90? 93 days he has spent in India during the previous year, 20 to 23. 90 days spent during the previous year, 20 to 23. Next year that we will check is 21, 22. Now do you realize that he left India after 10 years in 22? So before that all the years he was in India only. So that is 365. And 2021 also full year he was here, which makes it 800 and which is greater than or equal to. Therefore this assessee is. If your answer is resident, what do you do now? Check step number 2, ROR or RNOR. Bro, first of all, if in 4 years his stay is 820, so in the 3 more years, it will increase only. And by the way, full year he was in India. So it cannot decrease. He cannot be in India for minus days. Even if it is 0, he is fulfilling. By the way, it is not 0. He was in India for the last 10 years. So one thing is for sure. Last 7 years, definitely he is in India for more than. And as far as 2 out of last 10 years are concerned, bro, in this last 4 years ka period only we have 2. So 2 out of last 10. And by the way, 2 nahi 3 because this also 63, 65 is fulfilled. So yes, 2 out of last 10. Is he a resident? Is he fulfilling all the conditions? And therefore Mr. X becomes resident and ordinary resident. Resident and ordinary. Is that understood? Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, question number.
2021
Really? Hey, you get paid? I get paid. So what if it is too less? It is too less, but I get paid, no? Let me answer. 2021 is a leap year or 1920 is a leap year? Why? Because 1920 will contain February 2020. So the second year in the financial year should be the leap year. So 1920, 15, 16, 23, 24. Understood? 2021 starts in April. So Feb ka 29 is gone. And 2021 ka February will have only 28 days because that is 21 ka February. Correct? Eh?
So if it is 1920,
then we will take 366 obviously. For example, this same question was there in last year. Now their 4 years were 20 to 23, 21, 22, 20, 21 and 1920. So for them I took 366 days. In fact, for them in this calculation I had 152 days. You understood? And this total was 824 days. So without amendment also this much has changed between, what should I say, you and your brother or you and the previous batch. It's a coincidence that two brothers back to back batches. But you and anybody you know in the previous, you must be knowing somebody in the previous batch, January 25. Some students at least. You told me the names. You who? Atharva? Which? Why do I not? I remember generally one of them. If will come in front of me, I will remember. You also said you know somebody. Hey Bhagwan. Sorry. Check their textbooks. These answers are different without any amendment also. Correct? I know that India mein two brothers don't share very good relations. But he must have told you something about tax or you never interact about what did he tell you? What? क्या? हाँ बोलना 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 प्लीज. अरे बोल. अच्छा, about me and my neighbor's wife. Out of all the concepts and logic, all he could remember was me and my neighbor's wife. Cordial relations. Huh, that I have. So that is mutual. No one should have a problem. No one should. But the only people who can have a problem is my wife or her husband. So we have not told them. हाँ, तो ladies and gentlemen, clear है. 2020 will have 29 days of February, but that is 1920, not 2020. Now, question number 7 and 8. Anyone stays in hostel?
Not present.
Who?
Pratik boy.
Hostel में रहता है. No problem. His full form will be little different, but short form will be same. अरे he will do hostel work, you will do same. Question 7 and question 8. And listen, I am crazy. That they must have told me. कि पागल आदमी. I will stand at the classroom door and check your notebooks. Sir, how will you check every student's individual notebooks? I am crazy. I will check. I want the answer in writing. I don't want to hear from you that, sir, I read the question, I read the answer, sir, I understood it is an easy question. I want you to solve it on a blank piece of paper, not in rough. Not in rough. Sir, last page of my notebook, I did some scribbling, sir. I want to see proper answer in your notebook. I will check the notebook, and if you don't solve it and come, in my next lecture will directly be on 30th. So you have quite some time. But you better do it today only, because if you will not do it today, you won't do it. And if you have not done, that day, believe me, I will make you bunk the second lecture and take you with me. Not on a date for sure. And that date will be very dangerous if I actually take you. Because normally in a date, you get flowers. Here you are going to, bro, ek haath pad gaya, I tell you, you'll fall there itself. I am not going to tolerate any indiscipline in my class. Have fun in my class more than any other class. Make fun of me on my face. I have no problem. But do the work. Kaam karo. Everything is acceptable. Everything is allowed. Coming late is not. That falls in indiscipline. Indiscipline is not. Indiscipline of any form. Not revising. Not solving the things that I give. Coming late to class. Bunking lectures without any common logic, without any reasonable logic is all considered as indiscipline. Indiscipline is not allowed. Having fun is allowed. Unlimited fun is allowed. Very, very clear on this. 2 questions. I am not saying only 2 because you never know, there will be more. But right now, 2 questions. Question 7, question 8. That brings us to question number 9. Question number 9 is not a question on residential status. It's a question on scope of total income. Only because we had, textbook issue, I got the number of books to be brought very late. Somehow I managed in one day I got the books. And therefore, we finish scope of total income. Normally, we finish residential status and solve all the questions of residential status. Then we do scope of total income and come and do this question. But we have finished the scope of total income. We will be able to solve this question. Ideally, a scope of total income ka question will look like how. Let me explain the question first. They will give you a list of incomes, particulars, and their amounts. You have to decide whether these incomes are taxable if the assessee is ROR, if the assessee is RNOR, if the assessee is non-resident. The typical solution of questions like these, this is the format. In fact, we are going to solve the question here itself. So what are we going to do? We will pick up the income. For example, the first income is rupees 1 lakh. If it is taxable, I will write 1 lakh. If it is not taxable, I will write 0, something like this. So obviously, ROR, and this also you should understand, everything is taxable. So in this column, I will write all the incomes. In this column, I will write only Indian incomes. In this column, I will write Indian incomes and foreign if controlled from. This is the taxability as per scope of total income. Instead of saying taxable, not taxable, this time we will write the amount. And this is the question. Here is the answer. Same format may exam questions come, and believe me, this question can come for 4, 5, 6 marks. Those 5, 6 marks are in your pocket. It's a donation given by ICAI to you. I have some good news for you as new course CA inter students. Direct tax used to be 60 marks. Now it is 50. In 50, 15 marks will go away as MCQs. So you are left with descriptive part questions like this only for 35 marks. In 35, that first question of 15 marks is going to be business profession, full-fledged sum, one sum you will have to solve for 15 marks. Calculate the income, calculate tax of the assessee, everything that you study in your 14 chapters now will be tested at one place. Now you are left with 20 marks. Do you understand the maths? There will be 3 questions and you have to solve any 2 out of them. So you will have an option. All 3 questions will be of 10 marks. But you have to solve only 2. So why only 20 remaining? 15 and 15, 30 gone. You understanding the maths? 15 MCQ gone, 15 PGBP gone, 30 gone, 20 remaining. But you have 3 questions. So one you can leave in option. So you have to solve any 2. Now, it won't be an individual question of 10 marks. It will be question 3A, 3B, 6 plus 4. Question 4A, 4B, 5 plus 5. Question 5A, 5, 7 plus 3. Obviously, you cannot solve 3A and 4B. That much common sense we all have. If you solve 3 and 4, you leave 5. You have to leave any one main question. Inside them, you have to solve all the subparts. But the main question ka weightage will be only 10 marks. The subpart can be only 3, 4, 5 marks. It can be 9 mark and 1 mark. 8 and 2 also less likely. Likelihood starts with 7 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 5 plus 5. And reverse 4 plus 6 is 6 plus 4 only, obviously. So the 3 permutations are 5 plus 5, 4 plus 6, 7 plus 3. That means the last 20 marks, that individual question ka weightage will be 3, 4, 5 or 7 marks. That range. And that range ka question cannot be a very difficult question. They have to ask some easy questions there. And you can actually target those 20 marks also. There was a time in the previous version of the paper pattern, 60 marks direct tax, 30 marks mein 18 was MCQ. So we had 42 marks subjective. In that, PGBP used to come as compulsory question of 14 marks. And now we had 2 questions of 14, 14. It used to be 14, 14, 14 ka 3 questions, 42 marks and 18 marks MCQ. You are not understanding. 60 minus 30%, 18 gone. So 42 marks will be subjective divided into 3 questions of 14 each. In that, this is PGBP. So you have to attempt any 2. Here they used to give 3, but you have to attempt any 2 of them. Even if this was broken up into subparts, it used to be 10 plus 4, 12 plus 2, 7 plus 7. The individual question ka weightage used to be heavy, so they can make it difficult. And now in the current paper pattern, how is this? The current paper pattern works like 50 marks ka direct tax. Out of 50 MCQ gone, 35. In this 35, first we will have 15 marks for PGBP. So what are you left with? 20. In that you will have 3 questions of 10, 10, 10. Supposingly this you leave in option. So what will be the individual weightage here? This can be 5 plus 5, 6 plus 4. So these 4 questions will be very easy. Once upon a time, this last 28 marks used to be very difficult. Now it is not 28, it is only 20. And it is going to be very, very easy and scoring. And a question like this will come in there. And you can get full marks over there. In the new paper pattern, direct tax is going to be a very, very scoring subject, provided you don't make silly mistakes and you practice the full book that I have given. And practice from day one. By the time you get your second book, we will complete a good number of chapters in a way that you can solve those questions now itself. And teachers teach the same thing in every batch, every student. It is not that one student I like, so I teach extra sections in the years. Sir, what do you mean by you like a student? Sir, I am a fan of intelligence. But more than intelligence, if you are disciplined and sincere, I already have a crush on you. I have a strong crush, a strong affection for sincerity and discipline. If you are disciplined, if you are sincere, intelligence can be plus minus. You are giving CA, matlab you have intelligence. Otherwise, you will not reach also. CA enter the classroom, 99% of the country's population does not have the guts to come and sit. You are sitting for 8 hours every day. Matlab your level of intelligence is respectable. So that level, everyone is at par. The difference in results is purely because of sincerity and discipline. So all the photos that you see on the book, I love all of them, not because they are intelligent, but because of their sincerity and discipline. And you will have to solve all the questions. See, right now you will get time. If you are thinking that syllabus will get over, then we will sit and solve. Believe me, you will not get any time. Jan 25 students are very lucky. They got a big gap between portion completion and their actual exam because it was supposed to be November, it became January. I call that attempt the golden attempt because before them and after them, no one has got 4 5 months self study time. And we conducted at least 3 or 4 tests for them to get an idea. You may not be having that much privilege also because there is no time gap. And then at that time, you will find it very difficult to solve that second book. So the moment you get it, immediately pounce upon it, immediately start solving. You show that sincerity, believe me, I'm telling you, I have a crush on you. You ask for anything, I'm ready to do. Provided you show that discipline. And if you do that, these easy questions, you will score your full marks. You can at least score 15 to 17 marks in this. In PGBP also, if you follow the instructions that I will give you when I do that chapter, which is very important because final also it comes 14 marks. So minimum 12-13 marks ka guarantee I take that. So 30 marks sorted and we have more MCQs than anybody else. In the country, you do my MCQs now. So there also I guarantee minimum 10 to 12 marks. Matlab, I am taking the guarantee of minimum 40 plus in your direct tax. 40 to 45. 40 to 45 ka guarantee. 45 also if you follow every instruction seriously and sincerely. So 50 out of 50. See, let us keep reasonable expectations that are achievable and possible. I am not saying that 50 out of 50 is impossible, but you are not studying for 12th standard board exams. That was the time when you can get 100 out of 100 in maths and accounts, and this is chartered accountancy, bro. All India rank 1 gets 70 to 75% aggregate. So let us keep our expectations reasonable. And I am to saying you get 90 marks, which is possible by getting 50 or 50 on 50 also IDT you will get. Let the subject start, you'll come to it. Tomorrow it is starting. Yeah, today it is. You'll get it. IDT is a ridiculously easy subject. But with that, if you get 45 there 45 here or 50 there 45 here, तो वो cover page का commitment है, front cover, not the back cover. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, the question will be like this. They will give you incomes. You have to decide taxable or not taxable. So till now, we were saying taxable or not taxable, but this time we will not be writing theory. We will be writing the amounts. If taxable, we will write the full amount. In that also, I can give you additional hints. See if this works. If it is the first column is which assessee? ROR. All incomes are going to be taxable. Do you understand? Okay. While reading the income, if the income happens to be Indian income, how can an income be Indian income? 3 ways. 1, work done in India. 2, money received in India. 3, deemed to be Indian income. Then that income will be taxable for all the columns. ROR, RNOR. Matlab this row, everything will be taxable, and Indian income, everyone will pay tax. So the only place where we will not write the amount is foreign income, non-resident, and foreign domestic income for our NOR, because foreign control from India will come here also. So basically, whatever you studied in the second part of the chapter, that is scope of total income, all that knowledge ka only application is required. Let us see. We will read the incomes one by one and immediately come and solve the question. Fantastic. So start reading from the beginning.
Discuss the taxability of the following incomes in each of the following cases. 1. Resident and ordinarily resident. 2nd. Resident but not ordinarily resident. Third, not non-resident. First, interest paid by an Indian company but received outside India. The loan utilized in India.
Okay, so now we have to discuss this is Indian income or foreign income. If it is Indian income, it will be taxable for everyone. If it is foreign income, still it will be taxable for ROR. So when I am writing the amount here, everyone see how my mind should work. Not the presentation, not the answer. Presentation is this right in front of you. How should your answer work? How should your mind work? First, write one line, then discuss. Your thinking should start after saying taxable for ROR because everything is. Now think, is it Indian income or foreign income? Because if your answer is Indian income, then you will write one line in the other two columns also. So think and answer. Is it Indian income? Yes. Why? Because the loan was utilized in India. In case of interest income, the place where the money was used decides the taxability. Yes. So 1 lakh in all the cases because the income is, and like this you have to complete all the incomes. Can you imagine getting 6 marks for this? And this question has more adjustment. This can come for 7 marks also. Next.
Interest on Italian bonds, 1/4 received in India, rupees 40,000.
Maximum assistance that I can do for you is I will divide this income into 30,000 and 10,000. And while writing here also, no, you don't write 40. You write 30 and 10 separately. Is the maximum hint that I want to give you from my side. Means we will do analysis of 30 and 10 separately. What do you want to analyze first? 30 or 10? The hint is that 10 is easy. 10 is easy. So still I give you the option. What do you want to analyze first? 30 or 10? 10. Okay, decide. 10 I will write in which column? ROR mein to I will write everything. In fact, without thinking, I am going to write 30 also. What about the second and the third column? We are still thinking about 10,000. Why will we keep it in all the columns? Because payment is made in India. If money is received in India, at least this part becomes Indian income. And therefore, Indian income is going to be taxable for all. So 10,000 to very clearly will be taxable for all. But we also have to discuss about 30,000. Yes, please. You can do it column by column. And as far as ROR is concerned, honestly speaking, we discussing 30 and 10 separately also was not required. ROR is going to pay tax on all the income. So in any case, 40 had to come. What about RNOR? Think about one at a time. Will it come? 30,000. Yes or no? Why no? See, condition is same. Indian income ke foreign income? Foreign income because this interest is from Italian bonds. Still 1/4 received in India becomes Indian income. That means if 1/4 is received in India, that means 3/4 will be received in Italy. Foreign income. RNOR still sometimes pays tax on foreign income. Well, if controlled from India. But here, to clearly there is no Indian connection. And consequently, foreign income and obviously non-resident also will not be paying. So it becomes 40, 10 and 10. And this is what you have to do for every income. Not this answer, but are you understanding the system of a scope of total income ka question? So next.
Profit from a business in Kolkata and managed from outside India. 40% of the profit is received outside India, rupees 50,000.
Here also I can divide this into 30 and 20 for you. Sir, what is this division 30 and 20? 60%, 40%. Correct? 40% is received outside India. That means 60%, 30,000 is received where? In India. So that 30,000 is so very easy. It will be taxable for whom? All. What about 20,000? Which is received outside India. 40% is received outside India. What about that? ROR, so it will be taxable. What about RNOR and NR? All. All. Why? Business in, which means, bro, the question is over here itself. If your business is in India, is Kolkata in India?
Yes.
Right now it is. After 10 years, we don't know. You never know. It can be a part of Bangladesh. In any case, we call it West Bengal, though it is in the east. Why? Because Bangladesh ke liye it become West Bengal. No, for them calling it also will become easy. Correct? Eh? So right now Kolkata is in India, and therefore Indian income. And once it is Indian income, no bro, to hell with the breakup of 60-40. It is going to be taxable for everyone. Once it is Indian income, it is going to be taxable for everyone. Is that understood? Chalo, fantastic. Next.
Income from agriculture in Sri Lanka received there but later on rupees 50,000 is remitted to India.
Okay, wait. Okay. For the time being, ignore this part of the question and focus only on this much. Focus only on this much. Okay. What do you mean by later on 50,000 remitted? That we will discuss. But right now, acha, you don't cancel in your book. Magic. I can cancel and bring it back. Huh? You don't cancel. You just focus on understanding what is the income. Where am I doing my agriculture?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. And where am I receiving my money also? Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. One thing is clear. This is, so by the way, Kolkata is in India right now. And Sri Lanka is outside India right now. 10 years from today, it is possible that Kolkata is in Bangladesh, but Sri Lanka is in India. It's a matter of time. You don't know whether, I don't know whether you are aware, Sri Lanka is going through civil unrest. The citizens of the country just enter the president ka bungalow and capture the bungalow, and one by one were taking away stuff. So till now, Sri Lanka ka people have entered the president ka bungalow. If India's motorbike goes there, he will form a government over there. He will tell Sri Lanka ka prime minister to join BJP. Bro, you can say we have gone international now. You never know. That guy is very much capable of doing it. It is possible that 10 years later, Sri Lanka is in India. But right now, outside India. So is this activity in India or outside? Outside. Money is received where? Outside. If my question is restricted to it is Indian income or foreign income, then what will be your answer? Foreign income. Everyone is clear? Foreign income, everyone is clear. Even if an income is foreign income, as far as ROR is concerned, what is your answer? ROR will pay tax. That is not a problem. See, for our NOR, we will check one more thing. If there is a line written that this agriculture was being controlled from India, then our NOR also will pay tax. But non-resident definitely will not pay tax. And they have not written control from India, so our NOR will also not pay tax. Matlab, right now the conclusion is, sir, it is Indian income or foreign income? Because Sri Lanka is outside India, money is received there, so it is foreign income. And if it is foreign income, only ROR will pay tax. Wait. Sir, but you have taught us that agriculture income is. I will clarify that. That is what you were thinking since 14 years. 50,000 chartered accountants. And now, photographic proof. Best results across the country. Attempt after attempt in my subject. Okay. Of course, when a student joins a coaching class and gets a rank, so the coaching class owner has the full right to claim credit of the rank because that class has provided infrastructure and teachers for all the subjects. So an individual subject teacher making a claim that my student is All India rank 1 is that way a big scam in CA coaching. How can a subject teacher claim credit for rank? Means student is talented. No, you have done good in all the 8 subjects. Why don't you share your subject marks? And believe me, none of the YouTubers of my subject will ever share the marks of their students in their subject. They will share AIR1, AIR1, AIR1. AIR1 matlab student is talented, no bro. If the student is rank holder material, that means anybody can teach. Have you ever made sure that a student who will otherwise score 20 or 30 marks in tax has scored 60, 70, 80 marks? Then kindly interview those students. So, ladies and gentlemen, in my subject, see, I don't take responsibility of aggregate. For responsibility of aggregate, you will always be under the umbrella of some classroom which is taking care of you on a day-to-day basis. Of course, in mentorship, I do that, but I can do that for individual subject, group of subject, whatever. But you are already under a safe, very, very safe and extremely safe, the safest possible place. But at least my subject, I can take credit. Best results across the country. And even before you were going to ask, sir, agriculture, I'm ready. Section 10 is that section which says income from agriculture is exempt. And in section 10 has got many exemptions. Share of profit from HUF, share of profit from partnership firm, lots of exemptions. Agriculture is the first income. So 10(1) May it is given. Beginning of section 10 is agriculture. Lots and lots of exempt incomes. But first exempt income, agriculture. Classroom also first thing that we studied, very first lecture itself, agriculture. I am going to read out this section 10 for you. The first part of section 10 for you. Read out, matlab, don't need any PDF or book from my mind. You just hear this. Rent or revenue from land which is used for agricultural purposes is going to be exempt. Matlab, whatever you are getting from agriculture, but the statement goes like this: rent or revenue from land in India used for agriculture. Rent or revenue from land in India. From land in, you don't need to write it anywhere. Exempt income will start. First section I will teach you 10(1). In that I will be doing in writing. It was only to control that anxiety, sir, agriculture is exempt and why ROR is paying tax. If it is exempt, no. See, I told you, in this column, I will write all incomes. But if there is an income which is exempt in section 10, I will write 0. Supposingly, I am ROR. I get share of profit from my HUF. But I will write nil. As per scope of total income, it is Indian income. In any case, I am ROR, I have to pay tax. But it is exempt because of exempt income chapter. It is possible that one income is coming as per scope, but becoming exempt because of some other chapter. So, income from agriculture in Sri Lanka is not in India. Had this been any other place, not Sri Lanka, but Satara, any place in India, then it will be exempt and all the columns we will add 0. Because agriculture income is exempt, no need to write this anywhere. It is only for your present anxiety. First thing that I will make you do in exempt income chapter, agriculture income exempt only if in India. Outside India ka agriculture will be taxable. But it cannot be taxable here, no bro. When we say outside India taxable, foreign income, India can take tax only from resident. That means, listen to this conclusion. In India, agriculture will be exempt for everyone, resident, non-resident, not because of scope, but because of section 10. Outside India, agriculture will therefore be taxable, but only for resident, because non-resident foreign income will not come in scope. So, the only agriculture that will be taxable in India will be resident foreign agriculture, resident foreign agriculture. All this we will be doing in writing. Don't worry. But is that current anxiety taken care of? That means, come back to the question. Income from agriculture in Sri Lanka. Indian income or foreign income? Foreign income. And if it is foreign income, then it is going to be taxable or exempt. Foreign agriculture? Taxable. But taxable only for resident. Matlab, one thing is clear that for ROR we will be writing 3 lakh. Everyone is clear about this? What is going to be your answer for ROR? 3 lakh. Fully taxable. Why, sir? Because agriculture is exempt only if the agriculture is done in India. Any agriculture outside India, then the income is going to be taxable. Is that clear? Now, for our NOR, this income will become taxable if it is controlled from India. Is this income controlled from India? Any such data given to you in the question? No. So, first conclusion is Indian income or foreign income? Foreign income. ROR will still pay tax because exemption is only for Indian agriculture. Once it is foreign income, so non-resident 0. But for RNOR, you have to think about one more thing. Foreign income, but still can be taxable if it is controlled from India. Any such thing given? No. That means this will also be 0. At least whatever I have not made you cancel, that part is understood. That cancelled part I am now going to recreate and discuss. My discussion about income number 4 is not over. I will come back because I have to bring back the cancelled part. I am not cancelling it from the question. I will discuss that. But what we have not cancelled is this clear. First question was Sri Lanka is outside. Therefore, it is foreign. Money also received there. Supposing the money was received here, then again it will become Indian income taxable for all because money received or work done or deemed. But this is foreign income for sure. Once it is foreign income, for non-resident 0, not controlled from India. So for RNOR 0, but for ROR it will be taxable even if it is foreign income. And that anxiety, sir, but it is agriculture. Sir, agriculture is exempt only if in India. Agriculture is taxable if it is done outside India. So ROR 3 lakh, RNOR and NR 0 0. ये clear है everyone? Fantastic. Now that we are done with this much, let's focus on this line. What is this last part of this income number 4 telling us? That out of the income that you have earned, how much is the income that you have earned? Out of that income, 50,000 you have remitted to India, sent to India. Till now, this is the remaining taxable. See, ROR ka column is not going to change at all because full 3 lakh is any which way taxable. My discussion now is about these two columns. Till now, from 3 lakh we wrote 0 0 because it is foreign income. But from 3 lakh we have sent 50,000 to India. That is the last part, remitted to India. So now will I write 50-50 here or keep it 0 is my question. I want 3 lakh where? Outside India. Sri Lanka. I want 3 lakh outside India. Still ROR will pay tax. But the other two were not paying tax. Now from that 3 lakh, they have sent 50,000 to India. So will I keep it 0 0 or make it 50,000 50,000 is my question. Do you understand the question? That will these two change? Because from this amount I have sent some amount to India. So will this amount change? Ye question. Will it change? Shall I make it 50-50 or keep it 0 0? Hint I can give you, both answers are same. Answer for RNOR and answer for NR is same. Shall I keep it 50-50 or shall I keep it 0 0 or make it 50? You understood the question? Those who think that it will remain 0. So whatever we have done here, say 3 lakh earned outside, 50,000 sent to India. Those who think it will still remain 0 0 will unmute themselves and loudly shout, remain. तो ये क्या स्लो मोशन में ट्यूबलाइट में you did not have to work. If you were thinking remain 0, so it has to be instant answer. Okay, remain 0. Those who think it will change to 50,000 because 50 is now sent to India. So at least that 50 you pay tax, RNOR and NR. Those who think it will change will unmute themselves and loudly shout, change now, now. Those who have come here to dance in a barat will unmute themselves and say, music. Those who have not understood the question, please say, repeat the question, explain the question. I'll explain the question. You understood the question? Then what prevents you from participating? You are not confident about your answer. So whoever gave the answer also does not know that it is correct answer or wrong answer. Something you will have to say no. Then otherwise I will not be able to make it an interactive class. You want to talk to a teacher or to a laptop? Recorded classes give so much fun. No, you don't have to be in class exactly on that time. 5 minutes, 50 minutes also you come late. No one will say anything to you. So that way recorded lectures are so good. No, you can watch them as per your convenience whenever you want. Still you chose to come to a classroom because you want interaction. No. So say something. I'll give you one more chance. Those who think it will remain 0, no change, will unmute themselves and loudly shout, remain now. Yeah, Abhi. Because everyone was saying change. Achha, those who think it will change will unmute themselves and now say change. Earlier you all were saying. Now you all are all saying remain, remain. Earlier only handful students spoke and whatever they said, they all said change. So basically you want to change your answer now. You have changed your answer only. Remain. Acha, theek hai. So let's do this. Any student, online or offline, every student is equal. Huh? Wants to explain his or her answer with reason. I give you this chance. Ji. First say the answer. No, I have not learned all the answers. It will remain same. Why? Hmm. But then remitted to India. No? So what about that line later on remitted to India? That I agree. Okay. What do you want to say? See, we are not interested in foreign country ka taxation. We have to talk about Indian perspective, taxable or not taxable. So talk about it from India's point of view. Paid in? Paid to someone in India. So the one who has received in India maybe pay the tax. No. I have not paid it to anyone. I just brought it to India. Maybe I have not paid it to anyone. I have kept it with me only in my Indian bank account or Indian cupboard. My house, India, my house. I come from Sri Lanka. Bring that money, 50,000 with me and just keep it in my cupboard here. 50,000 is a normal amount. You can keep it in your cupboard. Answer first. Answer first. It should be changed to 50-50. I mean, first you said change, then you said remain. Now you are again saying change. You are changing your answer continuously. Okay, explain. So that 50,000 is received here, so it can be used in this country. No, it is not received here. It is received in Sri Lanka. It is received where? Sri Lanka. And brought here. Okay, anyone else? See, then don't say that I did not give you. I want to give equal chance to everyone. Anyone else? Anything? Okay, ठीक है, चलो. Let's understand it like this. Okay. Supposingly, I am working for you today, and you pay me, say 10,000 rupees. Have I earned 10,000? Correct. Then I have earned income. I will pay tax, may not pay tax. It depends on residential status, scope of total income, exempt income. That's fine. But I have earned income of 10,000. Everyone agrees with that. Fantastic. This 10,000 now I will take home and keep in my cupboard. So I have earned 10,000 again. Kya? No. Taking money from one place to other does not mean that you have earned income. Income earning process was completed in Sri Lanka. After you complete your income earning process, you roam around that with that money wherever in the world, you are not earning it again. Tax will get triggered if you are contributing to the income earning process by working, getting money, work done in Sri Lanka, money received in Sri Lanka, income earning process over. So it is foreign income, foreign income, foreign income, foreign income, foreign income. Still but the other two will not. Now the other two don't have to pay tax. But if they go around with this money anywhere, does not mean all those countries will start taxing just because the money is in your pocket. Because you're not earning over there. Earning process is completed in. Remittance simply means taking money from one place to other. Supposingly you are carrying some currency in your pocket right now. You got it from home. Where do you stay? Kandivali. Wahan se you got it. So in Kandivali you had supposingly earned that income. And now it is in your pocket. So here in Dadar you have earned again. No, you are only taking the money from one place to other. The income earning process was over in Kandivali. Here in this question, the income earning process was over in Sri Lanka itself. And therefore it remains foreign income. Our answer will remain 0 and 0. This meaning of this word remitted means simply brought. brought to India. Remittance simply means money was brought to India. Everyone understood? Fantastic. Shall we go to the next income? So all that confusion about agriculture hai sir, agriculture is not exempt because this is foreign agriculture. If this was Indian agriculture, it would have been exempt. This is foreign income. Still ROR will pay tax. RNOR and NR will not pay tax because foreign income not controlled from India. And bringing the money to India is not called income earning. It is only shifting money from one place to another. Okay, then let's go to income number 5, please.
Income earned from business in Nepal, which is controlled from New Delhi, 75,000 is received in India, which is 4 lakhs.
This time I will split this income into 325 and 75, and we will again go to all the 3 columns and discuss. I do want to give you this hint that 75,000 is easy, and without wasting a single second, answer it fast. 75 will be taxable for all of them because it is received in India. So yes, 75 taxable for all. Fantastic. Let's discuss about 3,25,000, which you can discuss column by column. First column, still easy bro, still easy. Irrespective of place of earning income, Indian or foreign, it is going to be, income is Indian or foreign ka discussion also begins only when we go to RNOR or NR. So now for RNOR and NR, you will discuss whether this is Indian income or foreign income. Indian or foreign? Foreign. Nepal. Foreign. Are you aware you can go to Nepal without passport?
Yes.
Nepal and Bhutan are 2 countries where an Indian can go without passport also. Of course, India mein Pakistanis come without passport. That also we know. So, Nepal and Bhutan. Nepal, the name also sounds like India. The people over there. In fact, there are so many batches in which Nepal ka students have actually permanently shifted to India and they are pursuing CA here. But Nepal is still outside India. In case you are not aware of it. So this is Indian income or foreign income? Foreign. So this story is over. Non-resident ke liye it will be 0. Now for RNOR, we don't directly make it 0. There is one more step. Kya? Control from. Is it controlled from India? Then despite being foreign income, it is going to be taxable at least for RNOR. And ROR ko everything is taxable on. Correct hai? Chalo. Next. Income number 6.
Income from property in Kenya received outside India, 10,000 used in Brazil for meeting the education expenses of ex-daughter there, and 40,000 is later on remitted to India.
See, when you are solving any question, now your approach to the question should not be, sir, what kind of education you get in Brazil, sir? Why he has sent his daughter to Brazil? That is none of your business. I mean, just in case it is not clear, sir, why Brazil, sir? Why, sir, in Africa you are, that is not your problem. Your problem is about the income. 50,000 he has earned where? Outside India. Kenya is outside India. Okay. 10,000 so he has spent also outside India. But 40,000 he has brought to India. So 10,000 is to foreign income, but 40,000 brought to India. Now remittance does not mean income earning. Income earning process is over here. That means property is also outside India. Money is received also outside India. This 50,000 is foreign income. Even if it is foreign income, this column it will come. And because it is foreign income, this column it won't come. And this is not a business control from India or anything. So obviously this column also it will not come. ये clear है? Okay, next.
Pension from a former employer in India received in Iran, rupees 2 lakhs.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. For this, no, I will have to, spend a few minutes in making you understand the concept of pension. And if you understand the concept of pension, later in our chapter income from salary, you will get better understanding. Sir, what is this thing called pension? Okay. You give your entire life to any organization. See, 20, 30, 40 years you give to your organization, you retire from. There used to be a culture once upon a time in corporate India that a person joins a company, spends 25, 30 years over there, retires from that same company. Bro, his children join the same company as employees, spend another, matlab, 3 generations have worked for the same employer. That was loyalty once upon a time. Bro, today's corporate culture, okay, with, generation changing, my generation, join an organization, work for the same organization so many years without any increment, bro, you'll see my check, you'll have tears. Same organization, batch after batch, attempt after attempt, peacefully, quietly working. No protest. Students are also not joining for protest. Still working. But still working with at least 3, 4 organizations at one time. Financial management, diversification reduces risk. So there is loyalty, but not that 3 generations will work at the same place. My brother is only 5 years younger than me. Look how loyalty changes. He completed his education in engine. He has done civil engineering. Civil and carpenter. Civil engineering. Engineering is not education, but he has done civil engineering. And after engineering, he did MBA. So doing MBA after engineering is as important as doing Shraddh after death. No value addition, but you feel good. So he did engineering, then he did MBA. Engineering he did from a college called VIT University, Chennai. Chennai mein VIT University. It has one campus in Vellore and one campus in Chennai. And then he did MBA from a college called Indian School of Business, ISB Hyderabad. 1 year MBA, 43 lakh rupees. Bro, in that I will become CA 40 times. My total cost of becoming CA was 1,10,000. Less than that, including the stationery cost of those 3, 4 years. 3 exam registrations means level 1, level 2, level 3. 4 exam fees. Only at final I had to give the exam twice. Otherwise, everywhere else I was rank holder only though. But failure is a part of chartered accountancy and you have to take it normally. At that time, I did not take normally. It is very easy to preach at this stage. But at that time, I was also in trauma for 6 months. Being a rank holder student, it is very normal. But everything got sorted 6 months later. Very good marks ke saath mein, story got over. If I include the coaching class fees, if I include all the notebooks, textbooks, the pen, pencil, stationery also that I purchased, it was 1,10,000. Less than that, believe me. Of course, inflation these days things are a little expensive, but the total cost, you guarantee institute ka the total cost is only 62,000 something. 3 registrations, 3 exams. Of course, coaching is optional, whichever you choose. But ICAI ka fees will be recovered within your 2 years ka articleship. In 1 year ka articleship only it will be recovered. And these days the CA firms are like literally giving really good amounts because there is shortage of articles. Not enough articles, good talented articles available. So possible ये भी है that in first 5 months you will recover your total cost. Of course, coaching is optional. But believe me, ladies and gentlemen, within 3 months of becoming a chartered accountant, my full cost was recovered. 3 months, in which also I am not counting stipend money, which I had 3.5 years articleship. I am not counting. When I did my articleship, first month, first time in my life, I got 3,000 rupees. First income of my life, 3,000 rupees after first month of articleship. And my father told me at that time that you must always remember the struggle with which 1 month of struggle, how easily you get these thousands from me every month and how much you have worked for this 3,000. You must know the importance of money. Never use this money. Always keep it separate. So he did not allow me to use that. He said, you have any expense you take from me. Articleship ka money you will not touch. So if I exclude that 3 months after becoming CA, if I include that during articleship only, my full cost was recovered. On the other hand, there are these engineers. If it comes to comparison with these foreign courses, CPA, CMA, they are paying 20, 30, 40 lakh. My brother paid 20 lakh for engineering. 4 years. Does not know anything. One screw also he cannot fix. What's the point of doing civil engineering? And MBA, bro, 43 lakh rupees. You all have studied financial management. You all have studied capital budgeting. My first question to him is, when will your NPV become positive? Because right now you are spending, when are you going to bring it back? Arey, NPV 0.90982675365. I hope you are not thinking how I know all this. NPV. CA hai bro. When are you going to recover? That also at the desired IRR. But look at the corporate culture. In this much education, he first 2 years worked for a company, Godrej Properties. Then he shifted to a company, Godrej Consumer Products. Then after 2 years, he worked in a company, Amazon. While I have in all these years worked for the same organization, he, Godrej Properties, Godrej Consumer Products, Amazon, 2 years Zepto, 2 years L'Oreal. Every 2 years, he is changing his job. Especially when he was leaving Amazon and he came to Zepto, no, he actually came and asked me that, shall I change this MSc? I said that ultimately do whatever you want to, because younger children, they, in any case, they do what they want to, whether you say them or you do. So I said, you do whatever you want to. That is what my father would have told me in any case. That is what my father would have told him also. Okay, you do whatever you want to. But if you were to ask my opinion, Amazon is a decades old multinational company, tried, tested, reputed company. Zepto is a new startup, 10-minute delivery company. It may or may not survive. There is no future. What if after 5 years this company does not survive? He's like that, but who has to work for 5 years? I have to quit after 2 years. Before joining, he is sure that he has to leave after. So, who you never know about 5 years. See, they have enough money to survive for 2 years because they have foreign funding. 2 years, I will get my salary. Third year, to hell with it, whether it survives or no, I have to leave compulsory. That is the current tendency of Indian corporate. Forget that. He quit L'Oreal to start his own startup. He is working heavily and massively on that to start his own business, because in so many years of working, 7-8 years of working, he has accumulated some funds that he is able to invest and take some risk. So he has quit his job. He is working on his startup, and his idea is good. So I strongly believe that it will work. Not everything I can reveal right now. Once he makes the public announcement, of course, whether he ever shared my lecture ka link with his friends or no, most of his friends were doing CA at that time. It would have been really helpful to me at the beginning of my career. He shared my lecture ka videos to anyone or no, his startup ka links I will be sharing on my WhatsApp stories, on my Instagram stories. With good number of followers, he's definitely going to get some revenue from there without taking any commission also. But you know, as when you are the elder one, you have to make these compromises. You can't be taking revenge for everything. So I told him that finally I am so happy that you are starting your own company. You are giving everything. You know, every 2 years you have left your job. Now you will build a business. You will own that business. It will be yours forever. He's like, no, bro. After 5 years, somebody will give me 100 crores. I will sell the business and start something else. Matlab, this generation of corporate employees does not want to use their own business also. And I will set up a new company and then after 5 years again sell it to someone. They are not doing business also for doing business. They are doing business only to sell the company. And believe me, the seller is always making profits here. If anybody is selling his organization for 100 crore or 200 crore, 300, 400 crore, he is taking the money and exiting. It is the buyer who is going to cry, I am telling you. The buyer only after buying will realize that these crores have gone down the gutter. Because just because of social media popularity, you can never say that it is going to be a worthy investment. Ultimately, sales is one thing and social media is another thing. But the corporate culture today is to leave everything, including your companies, every few years. This was not the case once upon a time. Once upon a time, people used to give their entire life to one organization. And when you retire from that organization will still pay you. See, after your retirement, your income will stop. Or your income will stop. And your expenses will also stop. Nahi! Nahi. Nahi. You have to eat every day and remove every day. You are not camel, no, that you will store food. After retirement, I will use that food. Camel, sheep of the desert. No, we eat every day, remove every day. No. So every day you will need money for your day-to-day expenses. After retirement, you will not have. So after retirement, your former organization to which you gave your entire life will continue to pay. Not your full salary, of course. Maybe 10% of your salary. If your salary at retirement was 50,000, they will still pay you 5,000 every month, even if you have retired. This is called pension. Pension. Payment to your employers. A payment from your employers after your retirement. And the reason is you have given your entire life. Full life you have worked here. Therefore, we will give you pension. This is the meaning of pension. Now, anybody has government employees in their family? Government employee, anyone? कौन? हे भगवान. Which department? RBI में. No one else. Abhi, if it is, uncle, cousin, etc., then I am still safe. The moment student says, sir, mother, father, so I am playing with danger. Because believe me, throughout your syllabus, I am going to make fun of government employees. There is one thing that you will be taught in this syllabus. Government employees in our country take birth. Why? To enjoy their life. 12 o'clock they will go to office. Till 2 they will have lunch. 4 they will leave. Heavy rains, no office. Saturday, Sunday, no office. Any festival anywhere in the world, holiday. Smallest of reasons, government employees have, different level of chill out. Acha, don't take it as personal offense. Let me tell you, my grandfather also worked for Indian Railways. He was a railway employee. Okay. 1995, he retired from railways. So he started getting pension from railways. 1997, my grandfather expired. 27 years ago. Even today, my grandmother is getting pension from Indian Railways. She's little over 81. She'll turn 82 in April. Even today, she is getting pension. Government employees, we have the culture of paying them pension. My grandfather, eldest amongst his brothers. He has 2 younger brothers. Second one used to work for Rajasthan government health department, malaria department. His job was any shop selling eatables. Those days, there were no street food joints in the villages of Rajasthan. Now we have in our village, the grill sandwich is better than Mumbai. Now we have all facilities there also. But those days, it was only grocery shops. So his car used to basically go and raid those shops for checking of mixing or for checking of contamination of food items. And if his car has entered, shopkeepers used to lock their shop and run away. Government department. Third was government school principal. All 3 government employees. Because their father, my great grandfather, was a freedom fighter. So they saw their father working for the country. They said that whatever be the salary, we will work for the country only. And believe me, a lot of fights in the family were because these guys, despite being government employees, never took a single rupee bribe. It was very easy. See, just imagine that malaria department ka raid is being conducted and you don't want any attack on your shop. So you pay, ask for any amount and you'll get it. But whatever the shopkeeper offered, they never took it. Railways mein, to confirm people ka tickets, etc., huge amounts used to be offered. He never took it. My grandfather. He's like, no, we will not take bribe because we are sons of freedom fighters. And then their wives, the grandmothers, they used to fight with them for shortage of funds. Now, my grandfather expired, but the remaining 2 are still alive, surviving in their 80s. So this second grandfather of mine who used to work for malaria department, all 3 are grandfathers only, grandfather and their brothers. So the second one, he is a very, very anti-Modi guy. Why? Because father was freedom fighter working with Mahatma Gandhi, Congress. So he is, a Congressy by birth. He has done campaign for all, and I always tell him that I agree, Rajiv ji, Indira ji, Nehru ji. But then Arjun Tendulkar cannot be India's opener. No? So we have too many debates at home because he is the only Congress supporter. The next generation, my father and all his brothers, they are all business guys, and businessmen of the country will never like Congress. They will always be Modi supporter. So there is fight in the house itself. One is arguing for Rahul, other is arguing for Modi, and they are hugging each other in the parliament. One day I managed the guts to ask him that if you have so much problem with Modi, why are you accepting pension? Don't take it now. I don't know what gave me the courage. And after asking, I was scared instantly. Because in my house, there is a rule also that if an elder is speaking, you can't be speaking back or talking back. You have to quickly say yes and go ahead. So he sat and explained that first of all, he is not paying me pension. Government is paying. He is not paying from his own pocket. And second, ask your grandmother. I used to bring 300 rupees every month home, which was not enough for food also sometimes. All my colleagues were taking bribes, but I am son of freedom fighter. I never took a bribe. My colleagues were taking bribes. They were getting new and better gifts for their family members, new saris for their wives. Every month, weekly, they used to take them out. I never had enough money for basic food also. Sometimes food ka money was insufficient near the end of the month. Why? Because I knew that my old age is secured. I am a government employee. I will get pension. The real culture is government. So don't take it personally. Or take it personally if you want to. Throughout my syllabus, I am going to say this. Government employees take birth only for enjoying life. Work life, post-work life. After retirement, government employees will get pension. In fact, after death, the spouse will also get pension. After spouse ka death, family members, of course, will not get pension. So as long as my grandmother is alive, she will get pension from their place. And every year, she has to fill a form in November that I am still alive, don't stop my pension. Because if she does not submit that form, government will start assuming that she is no more, they will stop the pension. So she has to mandatorily fill this form in SBI. So government employees, there is culture of paying pension. See, in private sector, no, it is. Government employees will get pension. Private sector, you work in any corporate company, Tata, Birla, Reliance, Adani, they are not going to pay you pension after retirement, no matter how cute you are. Private sector, they are not going to give you any pension. Private sector, you don't retire, you die. If today I say that from tomorrow I am not taking your lectures, the example, if I had example, or any class which I work with, if I say I will not take lectures, tomorrow they will bring someone new, different, better or no, that's let students decide. Come on, that is your choice. It depends on your acceptance. And my seniors have always taught me that no matter how good you are, even if God comes and teaches any subject on the planet, no 2 out of 100 students will not like his teaching. Even if God comes and teaches. So you are only human. If 10 out of 100 also don't like you, consider it none. As long as your acceptability is 90% plus in any classroom, you are a fit teacher. But point is simple. Private sector, if somebody will retire, no one is going to give pension. The culture is government. But just imagine you are working for Reliance. After 30 years, you retire. That way, Mukesh Bhai, the Ambani family, they are very compassionate. After your retirement, they will not leave you to die. You never know. They might just give you pension. So what will you say? No, sir. Thank you for offering, sir. But sir, private sector, no one gives, sir. It's okay. It is not your relative offering money that you have to say no. It is your former employer offering pension. Will you take it? The private sector, maybe it is possible. Culture is government, but not impossible in private sector. Can a private sector employee also get pension? Now understand, you are not working anymore. Because pension by definition comes after retirement. So you are not working. Everyone is clear about that? But you have worked for 30 years. And in course of that work, you built the reputation of getting this pension. You are getting this pension for that 20, 25, 30 years ka work. So we saying you are not working is incorrect. It is because of that work that you are getting pension. And now with this much explanation, you will be able to easily answer. Pension from a former employer in India. Matlab, where have you worked for those 20, 30 years? Now where have you migrated? Maybe with your children. But you worked. Now you are not working, but you did work for this. Where? So work done. Yeah. This, ladies and gentlemen, therefore is Indian income. And once it is Indian income, now things will be very easy for you. Taxable for all. In this, when I do salary chapter, I will teach you a concept called standard deduction. Right now, you can ignore that. Right now, you can ignore. But I will teach you in salary chapter. So right now, it is Indian income taxable for all. Is that clear? Fantastic. Next.
Past untaxed profits brought to India 20,000.
This time I want to keep it as an open question for the class. You have to give me the amount in this column, and this column. The income given to you is 20,000. Past untaxed profits brought to India 20,000. You have to give me first column. First column, everything is taxable, so you say 20,000. Okay. Second and third column. Not taxable. Why? Brought to India. So bro, for the first column also, it is brought to India. Please understand, it is not your current year income. You must have earned this income in some past year, which is clearly given. In that year, it could have been taxable or not taxable. If taxable, you must have paid tax. If not taxable, you have not paid tax. But that year in which you earned income is over, gone, past. Today, what are you doing? You're not earning anything. You are only bringing. And bringing money from one place to other does not contribute to the income earning process. Bro, there is no income only. See, yes, I have told you that first column you write everything. Arey, I agree you write everything, but it has to be income of the current year, no? If we had to simply write everything, that why am I even doing the first column with you? I would have told you copy all the amounts in the first column and let's discuss second and third. No, sir, if it is not current year income, it cannot be taxable. Correct? And therefore, all the years it will be 0. Very easy. Income number 9. Dividend from Indian company. Come on. Indian income. So taxable for all of them. Fantastic. Next.
Royalty income from services rendered outside India, but the said services were used by client in India. Payment received outside India 2 lakhs.
First column. Very easy. And this is current year income. First column to everything is taxable. Very good. Let's talk about second column and third column. Income is in front of you. Deemed Indian income. Why? Used by? Matlab, if the services are used in India, it is deemed to be Indian income, and once it is deemed to be Indian income, it is going to be taxable for all. Understood? Fantastic. So now you just have to give me the totals. Hmm? 13 lakh. Calculator पे भी wrong buttons you are pressing. Clear है everyone? This is how you will be solving a question on scope of total income. It did take time because it was first question. After today, when you will solve more and more questions on this, you will find it very, very easy. Okay, chalo, let's go ahead. Question number 10 is on page number 17.
The business of a HUF is transacted from USA and all the policy decisions are taken there. Mr. F, the Karta of HUF, who was born in Kolkata, visit India during the previous year 24-25 after 15 years. He comes to India on 1st April 24 and leaves for USA on 1st December 2024. Determine the residential status of Mr. F and the HUF for assessment year 25-26.
देखो F and the HUF are two different assessees. So we will be doing them one by one. See, individual ka to quite a few questions we have solved also. So you should be able to do for F. F came to India 1st April, left India on 1st December. And do you know 1st April, 1st December both will be included? So include all of them and give me his number of days for this year 24-25. $200 when you see 245, what's your reaction, conclusion to this? Assessee is a resident because 182 is fulfilled, no, so we don't have to check anything. Resident, yes. After this, what will you do for F? Step 2. Step 2 also, if you observe carefully, question has given you enough data for this. He has come to India after, when we say he has come to India after 15 years, what does that mean? Last 7 years it is 0, last 10 years. So that means one thing we can conclude for F. F is our current year mein because of 182 we are making him resident, but he is not ordinarily resident. Ye clear hai? Now let's talk about HUF. If Karta is RNOR, so HUF will also be RNOR. No. For HUF we will not see Karta. We will see Karta only for step number 2. But for step number 1, that is resident, non-resident, we are going to check. Yes, no, we are going to check what? Control and management. That is place of decision making. What is the place of decision making? All the policy decisions are taken there. 100% decisions outside India, and therefore the HUF is, even if one decision is taken in India, it will be considered as. But if all the decisions are taken outside India, it will be considered as. So the HUF is non-resident, non-resident, non-resident. Correct? Now step number 2. No, if it is non-resident, there won't be any step number. Okay. Question 11.
A foreign company having head office in Chicago has established a liaison office in Mumbai. The entity does not have a permanent establishment in India. The significant management and commercial decisions are in substance made at Chicago in its board meeting, but all the routine decisions of day-to-day affairs of the said office is in India. The company is a resident in India. Do you agree?
Do you agree? No. Why? Major decisions are taken outside India. In India, we are taking all the routine decisions. A foreign company no, will be considered as resident only if poem, that is major decisions, are in India. But here, the major decisions are outside India, therefore the company is non-resident. Acha, ek second. Supposingly I change the question. See, we are not here only to solve this question. Supposingly I change this to make it Indian company. All routine decisions in India, major decisions outside India. Still resident. Indian company, all decision outside India, still resident. But for foreign company, we are going to check poem, and this poem is outside India, therefore the answer is no. Now, as far as question 12 is concerned, oh, yeah, answer. Hai? Don't read this. Now, you know what happened? Once I was teaching this in a class, I said don't read, and I covered the tab, but it was open on the project. I said don't read. So you better cover that part with something if you want to do justice to yourself. See, by reading the answer, anybody can say anything. So for your own interest, kindly do not read the outer column, because A, B, C, D are your questions and the second column is the answer. So read only the question, please.
A Korean company, Samsung Limited, entered into the following transactions during the financial year 24-25. Explain briefly whether the items are taxable in India. A. Received rupees 20 lakhs from a non-resident for use of patent for a business in India.
Okay. So receiver company is a non-resident and payer is also Non-resident. Non-resident is making payment to non-resident. Therefore, the income is it taxable in India? So, is it taxable in India? Yes, because it is used for a, the amount is royalty. Usage of patent is royalty. And because it is used in India, it will be considered as Indian income, taxable even if paid by non-resident. Second,
Received rupees 15 lakhs from a non-resident Indian for use of know-how for a business in Sri Lanka, and this amount was received in Japan.
so,
Assume that the above amount is converted or stated in Indian rupees.
so non-resident paying to non-resident for business in Sri Lanka, amount received in Japan, Indian income or foreign income? Foreign income, and then for this reason, this is a non-resident will not be paying tax. See, this was Indian income deemed to be Indian income because used in India. But in the second case, no Indian connection, so foreign income not taxable. Third,
Received rupees 7 lakhs from RR Company Limited, an Indian company for providing technical know-how in India.
taxable. Why? Because payer is resident and using the technical know-how in India. Therefore, Indian income, therefore taxable. And fourth,
Received rupees 5 lakhs from R and Company Mumbai for conducting the feasibility study for a new project in Nepal, and the payment was made in Nepal.
payer is someone in India and therefore taxable. Taxable cannot taxable. Why? So give reason. No. Say taxable or not taxable. Not abhi to you were saying taxable. You're changing your answer again. Taxable or not taxable. Why? Because it is being used for a business outside India, payment outside India for interest, royalty, and FTS. We will see where is the usage taking place. This was usage in India, so taxable. This was usage in India, so taxable. But this was outside India, and this is also outside India. If outside India, then it is not taxable. Understood or no? Hello. So therefore, only first one and third one will be taxable. Chalo. Question number 13.
Mr. X paid a sum of $5,000 to Mr. Y, a non-resident, a management consultant practicing in USA, specializing in project financing. The payment was made in USA. The consultancy is related to a project in India. Is this payment chargeable to tax in India in the hands of Mr. Y, since the services were used in India?
Is it going to be taxable? Yes, because if the services are used in India, even if payment was made in USA, it is going to be taxable as this income is considered as Indian income. It will be taxable also for non-resident. Non-resident, but it will be taxable because it is Indian. Okay, 7, 8 and 14. Abhi question 7, question 8 I gave you, no? 14 also you will have to do. You clear hai? Okay, fantastic. Question number 15.
Mr. X, an Indian citizen, resides in USA but comes to India during previous year 24-25 on 1st November 2024 and leaves India on 5th March 2025. During his stay in India, he earned the following income: dividend from US-based company 50,000, interest from Government of Indian bonds, the proceeds of which were used by government for a project in Bhutan, 2 lakhs, agricultural income from India 2,000, short-term capital gains on sale of shares of Indian company. The shares were sold in USA 6 lakhs. Compute total income, assuming all the payments were received that were directly credited to his bank account in USA.
See, if payments were received in India, no, they will become Indian income, will be taxable always. But payments are outside India. Still, some of the incomes are Indian income, some of the incomes are foreign incomes. You understand? By a plain reading also we understand that some are Indian income, some are foreign. Now understand those incomes which are Indian income, without any discussion they will be taxable. But what about foreign income? It can be taxable, it may not be taxable. Foreign income is taxable or not taxable will depend on he is resident or not. So our first task actually is to check whether he is resident or non-resident, what he is, because that will decide a lot of things. So check kar, he came to India on 1st November and left India on 5th March. At least you know that we are going to include both these days. So include the days and first decide his number of days. We will decide his residential status, then we will have more discussion. 125 days. Fantastic. With 125 days, now what are your thoughts? No one reads the answer, please. I want to know your thought process. What are you thinking? That is more important than anything else. What are you thinking? First, talk about first condition. 182 days is applicable or not? Bro, 182 is applicable to everyone. But he has not fulfilled that condition. Correct? Now go to the second, 60 and 365. Not applicable. Why? Because citizen of India coming for visit. Citizen of India coming for visit. So 182 not fulfilled. 63, 65 not applicable. He can still become resident. There are two more ways. 123, 65 or deemed resident. But both those conditions require your income to exceed. And that also we will not take everything. For example, dividend from US based company does not come in that. Bro, here you take all of them also, no, then also the total is only what? 8,52,000. By the way, you don't have to take that 50,000. Example. So one thing is for sure that the income that we have to take is not exceeding 15 lakh. So 123.65 not applicable. Deemed resident not applicable. 63.65 not applicable. 182 not fulfilled. Therefore, Mr. X is non-resident. Because this is going to decide a lot of things. If he is non-resident, now you have to decide which of the incomes will be taxable. Now look at the incomes thinking about a non-resident. Dividend from US based company. Taxable or not taxable. For a non-resident, this is combination of residential status and scope of total income. Not taxable. Interest from government of India. And government use this money in Bhutan. Used in Bhutan. Bro, for government, place of usage is irrelevant. If government is using in Bhutan also, it will be used for some reason of India only. And therefore, this is always going to be taxable. Agriculture income in India. India. Now, this we cancel not because of scope of total income. Please understand. In scope of total income, it is taxable. But Indian agriculture is exempt because of section 5. So, therefore, we remove it because of that reason. And short-term capital gain on sale of shares of Indian company. Why? Because the asset is located in India. Remember that Apple Google story? If asset is located in India, it is Indian income. So effectively 2 lakh plus 6 lakh, 8 lakh will become your taxable income. Understood everyone? Fantastic. Question number 16, you will not be able to solve or understand now. After you finish the chapter income from salary, you come and solve this question. This question will be, you'll laugh at this question after that. After learning the complicated chapter salary. But right now you won't understand anything. Question number 17. I believe this is the last question that I am giving to you as. So I have given you 7, 8, 14 and we have good gap. By the way, we have 9 days is not the reason why I am giving you. It will be a case where my next lecture is tomorrow, but still I am giving you 4 questions, so you have to solve. We did one big question on scope of total income, ROR, NOR and NR. This question is only ROR and NR. Matlab middle column is also not required. Exactly same format. You just have to make particulars and 2 amount columns. ROR, NR. ROR all incomes. NR only Indian incomes. Any foreign income won't come. Domestic or controlled from India. That comes only for NOR. So this is easier compared to that. You have to solve this. This will work as your practice. Okay. So I am giving you 4 questions. But 18 I am doing. 18 is that way a question on residential status only. And by the way, residential status ka good number of questions we have completed. But while reading 18, you will get some feeling. Oh yeah. So let us see what is this question.
During the last 4 years preceding the financial year 24-25, Mr. Damodar, a senior citizen of India, was present in India for 430 days. During the last 7 previous years preceding the previous year 24-25, he was present in India for 830 days. Mr. Damodar is a member of crew of a Dubai-bound Indian ship carrying passengers in the international waters, which left Kochi port in Kerala on 12th August 2024. Following details are made available to you for the previous year 24-25. Date entered into the continuous discharge certificate in respect of joining the ship by Mr. Damodar, 12th August 2024. Date entered the continuous discharge certificate in respect of signing of the ship by Mr. Damodar, 21st January 2025. In May 2024, he had gone out of India to Singapore and Malaysia on a private tour for a continuous period of 29 days. You are required to determine the residential status of Mr. Damodar for the previous year 24-25.
Is this a plain question on residential status? Sir, then this also you could have given us as homework. What is different in this question? Crew member. What have we learnt about crew member? That he is going to join CDC. CDC means continuous services without holiday. The start date of CDC of this employee is 12th August. The end date of CDC is 21st January. How does it affect taxation? This period, supposedly the ship has come back before 21st January, say 15th January. So 16 to 21st, where is the employee? In India, but that will be excluded from your counting. You understand? So this period has to be excluded. And other than this, there were still 29 days during which you were not in India. So out of the total period during the year, we have to remove this period and this period with which we will come to know his stay. There are two ways in which you can solve the question. You start with April. April he was in India. May we have to exclude 29 days he had gone on holiday. So May you take 2 only. Like this you keep on including. Alternatively, you take 365 days minus 29 and minus this period. You will get the same answer. This way or that way. So let us understand how to solve this question. Question number 18. Okay. Start with April. April May is in India. So yes, we will take 30 days. May he is in India, but he has gone outside for 29 days. So in May we will take only 2. June May we will take how many days? 12th August ko CDC started, no? So June ka full 30. July we will take 31. August, please pay attention. CDC starts on 12th August. So we are going to take only 11 days. You understood or no? Then September, October, November, December is full CDC. We can't take it. Let's come to January. This is the place where students go down. How many days will you take in January? Yeah. So give me the answer. How many I have to include? 10. How, sir? 31 total minus. So we will take 10 days. Is that correct? Then February. Of course, easier only. And March 31. So total number of days that we have to 100. Is that understood? Alternatively, you could have taken 365 minus 29 minus January का 21 days, December का 31, November का 30, October 31, September 30 and August का out of 31 we have to include 11, so we will minus 20 days. You can do it this way or that way, you will get 173 days. So what are you now thinking when he has completed 173 days? What is going on in your mind? He is not fulfilling 182 days, correct? But he is fulfilling 60 days and last 4 years he was in India for 430 days and therefore he was why crew member of Indian ship was taught where 63 65 not applicable. Ladies and gentlemen, see how they played with students. See, first they gave CDC. You were expected to know that CDC period not to be taken. After removing that, you are left with 173. Purposely they are giving you this so that you say 63 65. Then you say last 7 years ka bhi 730 days fulfill, etc. You end up saying ROR. But the fact is, crew member 6365 not applicable. You have to know it is in the exception. Then you have to also know that CDC period has to be excluded. And conclusion is, therefore he is a non-resident. You understood what exactly they tried to do with you here? Fantastic. Let's go ahead. Question number 19. So 4 questions I have given you. Last question.
So
Huh.
if we just explain it that he's a crew member and we don't calculate.
But still, if it is a crew member and if this total was coming to 183, then your answer will be resident. So you can't be just saying that crew member, so I will not calculate. See, 182 is applicable to everyone. Unless and until you don't calculate this, you can never come to this conclusion. Understood or no? Okay, next.
DC Limited, a foreign company incorporated in USA and engaged in the manufacturing and distribution of diamonds, set up a branch office in India in June 2021. The branch office was set up only to purchase uncut and unassorted diamonds from the dealers of Mumbai and export them to USA. During the previous year 24-25, profit from such exports amounted to 75 lakhs. Out of 20 shareholders of DC Limited, 12 shareholders are non-resident in India. All the major decisions were taken through board meetings held at USA. Determine the residential status of DC Limited for the assessment year 25-26. Discuss the tax treatment of profit from export business.
Okay, first, determine the residential status. Why? Foreign company and all the major decisions are taken outside India. Correct? Hai? Therefore, non-resident. Had this been Indian company, though it would have been resident. Then everything is taxable. But this is foreign company. So this is going to be non-resident because all the major decisions were taken outside India. So non-resident. Now the question is this profit of 75 lakh taxable in India? See, if it was resident, then answer was very easy. It is non-resident, so you have to check whether it is Indian income. Because if it is Indian income, it will become taxable. Correct? Hai? So they have office in Mumbai. So still you are saying not taxable. Why? Because the activity in India is confined to, restricted to the activity of purchase. And when the activity is restricted to purchase, it cannot be deemed to be Indian income and therefore it will be not taxable. Not taxable in India because it is not considered as Indian income, non-resident. Had it been resident, then world income would have been taxable. Everyone is clear? All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, congratulations, badhai ho, abhinandan. That completes your first chapter and your second chapter with questions. These 4 questions you will have to solve and come. I one more time warn you, if you have not solved them, so you'll understand Pokal Bambu. Pokal Bambu. There is one term in Malayalam. Do you know Thalli Kullum? Thalli Kullum. Let him translate. Hear this now. Very interesting. Thalli Kullum. What does that mean? Ha. I learned 20% Malayalam only because I was catering to that audience. If you want to do good in your profession, whichever profession you pick up, remember that knowing your audience is a very, very important factor. If you don't know who you are working for, what is their taste, your being good is not good enough. You have to work according to the taste of your audience. Bollywood is of late making nonsense films, not because they don't know how to make good films. We have some really good filmmakers, but audience ka taste has become nonsense. An audience which likes Prem Ratan Dhan Payo and Happy New Year will be given movies of that taste only. हाँ, तो थल्ली कुल्लू मतलब ये सब you will remember. हाँ. This reminds me of that stand-up comedian who once said, यही बातें तो बाद में याद रहेगी. अभिषेक उपमन. तो oh, you better solve these questions and come, otherwise thalli kullu. Everyone clear on this? Congratulations, that's the end of your second chapter. No break, I will leave you early today. Happy? Now don't ask, sir, kitna early, sir? Huh? You're not going anywhere. But for that main purpose of your life, you get more time. That is more important. Okay? Ha, so ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the second chapter, and I had told you that out of 40 lectures, in the fourth lecture we completed. So today is the fifth lecture, only question answer remaining. In the fifth lecture, at 50% level of the fifth lecture, we are done with the first two chapters with questions. And syllabus is over. Only two things are left. What two things? Calculation of two things. We now have to learn only two things. Calculation of NTTI and calculation of tax. If I teach you two things, syllabus will be fully over. But for NTTI, I will need 30 lectures. Only. For tax, I will need 3 lectures. So 33 lectures. And then only 4 lectures over. And then the remaining syllabus of your return filing, your advanced tax, interest, TDS, not more than 3-4 lectures. Only. 4 chapters, 4 lectures only. The moment we say 30 lectures only for NTTI, NTTI is the crux. In that also, 50% of that is PGBP capital gain 8 and 8. And then salary is not very small, like salary, if not 8 to at least 7 lecture salary also takes. Because we have 4 hour lectures, maybe the number of lectures will be a little on the lower side. So, for example, the batch which I completed before coming to you, that was highest duration of that was 3.5 hours. So 3 to 3.5 hours. So I took 52 lectures over there. But in 4 hours ka lectures, we won't take so many lectures. So we will get done with about 45 lectures or something. Okay. And there were few students. Matlab, that batch size was crazy. There, if you are late, you will not get place to sit in class. That was confirm over there. So there were some, you get such people always. They always want to disturb the class. One thing they will do, then 15 minutes they will listen from me. So all that time consumption was also a part of it. You all appear to be disciplined. Look at the innocence on his face. As yet, so we may not have that unproductive time in our class. Whatever time it takes, no bro, now you have to tolerate me. Because you are going to enter the most important part of your syllabus. Syllabus is over. We have to learn calculation of two things. NTTI. 9 chapters. Chapter number 3 to chapter number 11. And tax calculation. 3 chapters. Chapter number 12 to chapter number 14. Obviously, we will learn how to calculate income first. Because on this income, we will be calculating tax. Whatever be the rate of tax that I will teach you in that chapter number 12. Today I am not teaching you tax rates. My job is, my task is, my objective is to teach you income. Because if you don't know income, how will you calculate tax? I am not teaching you tax rates right now. But I cannot give you completely blank. At least you will need to have some rough idea about tax rates in our country. I am not teaching you, after all this explanation, which may go on for half an hour plus. After all the explanation, if I ask you, have I taught you tax rates? Answer is no. We will learn tax rates in this chapter. But what is going to happen is, we are going and learning NTTI. In NTTI, when we learn a lot of complicated concepts, they become easy if you have this little idea. You may not have exact detailed knowledge of tax calculation, which is not required also, right? But if you have little idea, this part will become easy for you. And I want it to be easy for you. For this reason, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a little idea only about how our country levies income tax. What is the system or culture of levying income tax in India? India follows a culture called slab rates. Your total income that you earn, see, you start earning from zero. Upper side, your income can be infinity. It can be 2 lakh income in a year, or 5 lakh income in a year, 50 lakh income in a year, 20 crore income in a year, 2000 crore in a year. What we will do is your total income will be divided into small parts, and these parts will be known as slabs. The first 2,50,000 of your income, you start with zero, earn. And when we say income, means we are talking about full year ka income, full NTTI. Means tax is not calculated on individual income. No, first lecture I taught you income tax will be calculated on net taxable total income, total of all. If that total is 2,50,000, so we don't want any tax from you, Garib. Oh, Garib, listen. Full year, if you are earning up to 2,50,000, your monthly income is little above 20. Little at 20, you get 240. So little above 20. At 20,000, bro, you take care of your family. We will take care of the country. We don't want any tax from anyone earning up to 2,50,000. This in income tax ka technical language is also given one more name. We call it the basic exemption. Full dictum. First time you. What do we call it? The basic exemption. Sir, what do you mean by the basic exemption limit? That amount up to which, if you have income, full year ka total, if you have till that amount, you don't have to pay tax. And this is decided every year because tax rates are not given in income tax act. Tax rates will come in the budget, finance act. So every year it can change. It will change. Basic exemption in AY 25-26 is 2,50,000. So this year, if your income is 2,50,000, government does not want any tax. Now we go to the next slab. This will give you the real idea about slabs. If you cross 2,50,000 ka limit, total income of the year, NTTI we are checking. We are not checking salary or house property. We are checking total. You cross 250 and go up to 5 lakh. That means you have crossed roughly 40,000 per month. Little over 40,000 per month. You are earning some decent amount. You need to contribute a little towards nation. We are not asking for too much. We are asking for a very, very basic bare minimum tax of 5%. Very, very normal tax of 5%. Anybody who is crossing 2,50,000 in a year, going up to rupees 5 lakh in a year, will have to pay a basic, normal, nominal tax of 5%. But what is the real meaning of slabs? Now please understand. Supposingly my income is 4 lakh. Example, my real income is below basic exemption. You can see my check if I ever get one. My real income is below basic exemption. Example, supposingly it is 4 lakh. So have I entered 5%? Have I entered 5%? After 250, I will enter 5%. Kya no? So, matlab, what do you want to say? Zero only, whether 4 lakh or 40 lakh. What is my question? If I cross 250, matlab I have entered, no? Have I entered 5%? That is yes. Will your calculation be 4 lakh into 5%? No. No. Slab means first 250 will always be zero. If at all anything will enter in 5%, it will be only the excess hour after 2,50,000, and that also only till 5 lakh. Between 250 to 5 lakh, how much is the total amount? 2.5 lakh, 2.5 to 5. Only that much will go in 5%. So in my example, my income is only 4 lakh. So I will take only the remaining 150 in 5%. Means upper side my income can be 4 lakh or 40 lakh or 4 crores. But starting ka 250, I will apply 0%. Next 250, I will apply 5%. On that incremental amount, I will apply 5. It is not that if my income is 4 lakh, then it will be 4 lakh ka 5%. No. Slab means divide them into parts and levy the tax part by part by part. Upper side, whether you are, somebody earning 5 lakh, 8 lakh, 10 lakh, or whether you are owner of India Mukesh Bhai. First 2,50,000 you don't have to pay tax. I wonder if first 2,50,000 is not taxable, 0% is the rate of tax, will make any difference to Mukesh Bhai. That will probably be the pocket money of his son per minute. Mukesh Bhai. Yes or no? But yes, first 250, no tax. Next 250, 5%. You understand slabs? You'll get more understanding as we progress in the slabs. After 5%, the next slab goes from 5 lakh to 10 lakh. Now you will answer some easy questions. How much is the income in this slab? In this slab, how much is the income? Matlab, what a ridiculous reaction you are giving me. How much is the amount between 5 lakh and 10 lakh? But total is 10, first 5 gone, no? On this 5 lakh, we will apply 20%. Whatever be your income upper side, in this slab, whatever is the amount, total is 5 lakh, we will apply 20. For example, my income is 8 lakhs. Have I entered this bracket? Yes. But will it be 8 into 20? No. First 250, 0. Next 250, 5. Remaining balance. Had it been more than 10, so I will take only 5 lakhs. But in my case, it is only 3 lakhs. I will apply 20%. And once you cross 10 lakh, that means you have crossed 80,000 in a month. Think about it. Good. In fact, more than 80. Decent amount you are earning. After 10 lakh, ladies and gentlemen, 30% is going to be the rate of tax. So whatever you earn after 10 lakh up to infinity, whether upper side your income is 15 lakh, only 5 lakh will come here. 15 crores, so 15 crore minus 10 lakh will come. 45 lakh, then 30 lakh, 35 lakh will come. 1 crore, so 85 lakh will come. 1 crore, so 90 lakh will come here. 45 lakh, so 35 lakh will come here. Take your total, subtract 10 lakh, balance will come. Supposingly, I earn 12 lakhs. Will I come in 30? Yes. Will it be 12 lakh into 30? No. First 250, 0. Next 250, 5. Next 5 lakh and remaining. In my case, 12 lakh, it is 2 lakh. If it was 15 lakh, so it will be 5 lakh. If it is 20 lakh, then it will be 10 lakh. If it is 1 crore, so it will be 90 lakhs. If it is 40 lakh, then it will be 30 lakh. Total minus 10 lakh. That difference amount, that excess over 10 lakh will go in 30%. Which means, what is the concept of slab rate? As your income increases, your tax liability will increase. Is wrong. Please listen. Oh, listen. As your income will increase, your tax liability will increase even if we keep 1% tax rate flat. Think about it. Person with 100 rupees will pay 1 rupee tax. Person with 1000 rupees will pay 10 rupees tax. Even if we keep 1% flat, no. With increase in income, tax will still increase. It's a progressive tax. As your income will increase, your liability though has to increase. As your income will increase, the rate of tax will also increase. But that increased rate will apply on the increased amount, not on the total. The moment you enter the next slab, the newer rate will apply, the new rate will apply only on that excess. So upper side, whatever be your income, first 250 will remain zero. First time I earned income in my life, so basic exemption I got. Today also I take basic exemption on the first 250 of mine. Next 255, next 5 lakh 20, next 10 lakh 30. So many things will become clear to you now. Because I am giving you this rough idea, no, a lot of things will be clear. You got idea of what is slab rate? And incorrect interpretation, if you say income will increase, so tax will increase. Nice, sir, that will increase with flat also. Income will increase, so tax rate will increase on that additional income. That is slab rate. Now you will get some idea. See why I want to do rough idea. I am not doing tax rates. My target is to teach you NDTI. Then why am I doing this? Why, sir? Because I want you to understand that, sir, if you have your family businesses, in your family businesses, profits are being made. So, do you see your family business paying salary to family members who are not even working, paying commission to family members who are not even contributing anything? Why? Because the family business ka profit has already entered 30% rate. It has crossed 10 lakh. So whatever we are earning after 10 lakh, we have to pay tax at 30, 30, 30. Let us do one thing, pay salary to family members, with which our profits will come down and we will stay in the rate of 20. Don't let 30 come to you. Keep your profits less than 10 by showing expenses. Don't worry, money is not going anywhere because we are paying only our family members. Sir, but for the family member who is receiving, it will be income. But first it will be 0%. Then it will be 5. Then after 5 lakh, it will become 20. So don't pay anybody more than 10 lakh. Non-income earning family members are also being paid salary of about 5, 7, 8 lakh rupees every year. So that we can exploit their individually available slabs. One thing we understand that every individual assessee will have own slabs. So your slabs will be different from mine. It is possible that in one family, one person is in 30% bracket, other is in 0%. So we divert income to our family members by exploiting slab rates. In income calculation, no, you will get to learn all this. So for that, you need to know the concept of diverting income to family members. And what is the objective? To exploit the slab rates. Therefore, you need to have little idea. I am not teaching you slab rates. Not at all. I am not giving you any example or anything, right? I gave you 12 lakh, then 0, 5, 20, and then on 2 lakh 30. But properly, all these examples will be done in chapter number 12. Right now, I just want you to have a rough idea. Already, you have idea about why family businesses are diverting incomes to family members by paying salaries, so that we are able to exploit their slabs. Is that clear? Sir, but what if I don't share cordial relations with my family members? I will give them money to save tax, but that money they will take up. So don't worry. There will be separate slabs for individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. So don't divert money to your family members. Divert money to your HUF. Now you will actually understand why HUF is a tax evasion tool. Till now I just said it orally. You may or may not have followed, but now you will understand how really HUF is a tax benefit. Supposingly my income has crossed 10 lakh. So by the way, every time I say no, I am below basic exemption limit. That's not true. Just in case you have, start developing sympathy for poor guy, works so hard but still not crossing 250 either. With the grace of God, I am in 30% bracket. So now I earn more and more income. So everything I earn will go in 30. So already it is less. I check the check in case I ever get it. Already it is less plus 30% tax. So now the amount will be transferred in the account of. Now today you visit the website and try to make up. You did try here. Website visit karo. Add to cart any books, video lectures. Proceed to checkout. Make payment. At that time you will get options: credit card, debit card, net banking, UPI. UPI most popular amongst present generation students. You scan the QR code. Automatically you will get the beneficiary name. No, check karo. Check no. So you'll find out. एक बात बताओ. Oh Gen Z, listen. After scanning the QR code, it is not compulsory to make the payment. You can cancel the transaction. But the moment you scan the QR code, you'll get an idea about where the money is going. Only for go from tax perspective to learn that the money, okay, I know you want. The money is going in the account of HUF. One more time, confirmation. Nobody is income tax officer in their family. Confirm, no? Huh. Money is going in the account of HUF. At least I can first use 0, then 5, then 20. Of course, now that the HUF has also crossed 10 lakhs, it is going in 30. But at least I am able to save tax in the lower brackets. So yes, separate slabs will be given to HUF. But see, you got basic idea about slabs. You understood why people divert income to their family members. But you understand as assessee changes, separate HUF will be created. Now you understand why I created HUF the day I got married. Because I knew that now I will be able to exploit more and more slabs with the HUF. In fact, ma'am's brother is also a chartered accountant. So he used to do her return filing for many years. Then after marriage, like every brother, Indian brothers share cordial relations with their sister. It is the two brothers who always fight. Sister ke sath relation is how, for example, my sister, even if she is the prettiest female on the planet, no, even if she is the most good looking female on the planet, all I will say, tell her is, so cheap, so ugly, looking like a cow. Her name is a bhais, buffalo. Her real name also I don't know. But that is the fun part of it. As far as the emotional part of it is concerned, I have told her that the day you get married, you know, I don't know how I will perform in your Sangeet. I will be so emotional that day. And in emotion, I will have only one song to perform on your Sangeet. Gaadi wala aaya ghar se kachra nikal. Uh, I am ready with that performance. Every Indian brother does that. Yeah. Her brother, he did it. You are the younger one. तो कचरा प्रॉपर यंगर वन इज ऑलवेज कचरा. अच्छा, हाँ ठीक है. तो क्या, तो पॉइंट ये है that like that he also shares good relation with ma'am. So on my wedding day, he is like, my younger sister, I have always cared for her, you also take care. Pakka done, don't worry. Who will take care of mine? Who will take care? वो क्या that who will, he had no answer, poor guy. Then one day I called him a few months after marriage. So December was the marriage and July is the return filing due date. After year ending, 4-5 months from after marriage, I called him that it's been a few months since your sister is living with me and she shares everything with you. So, if I have given her any trouble, she would have shared it. Of course, she has given me that she won't share. But if I am creating any trouble, she will tell me. It's been a few months. You have any negative data about me, information about me that I am not taking care of her, or I am rude, or I am not a right person, she got trapped, or ऐसा कुछ data information you have about me, I want to clear, because she shares everything with you. He's like, no, she's like, ये तो best possible life partner. She is so happy. I am so happy that ultimately Indian arranged marriages are gambling. So I am so happy that this gambling where we got the jackpot. He was fantastic. So your sister is happy and you are happy. Now send the files, please. I will file the return and I will divert my income. Till now, you give me all responsibilities. No, you said she is your responsibility. Her happiness is yours. Finances. Then her slabs are also mine. Of course, that because she quit her job in Kolkata and she moved to Mumbai. There, she already had a high-paying job. Initially, she did not have any work here. So her income was below basic exemption. I could exploit the slabs. Today, with two professional degrees, her income is more than mine. And I'm extremely proud of that. So now I have got no point of diverting my income. Because even if I divert, her income also will go in 30% bracket only. I hope you are understanding. But the point is that every individual, every HUF, so we take slabs thrice. My name, ma'am ka name, and HUF ka name. I have this strong feeling that I can take some income in the name of my son also and get his basic exemption 5%. But that is not possible in income tax. I have told you the reason. That for minor children, clubbing will apply. So even if I take income in the name of my son, it will be added in my income and my tax rate will be applied. So not possible. So if in case all three files, my file, my wife ka file and HUF ka file cross 10 lakh, which with the grace of God, all three are crossing. So what will we next do? Then maybe take income in the name of my mother. But see, spouse and HUF, no, people do divert incomes. Parents ke name pe Indian culture, most people don't, because if there is income in the name of parents, then your siblings will also ask for a share in that. Younger ones have no logic. They just want share without any reason. So for this reason, people generally avoid diverting incomes to parents. But spouse and HUF, so you can divert, no. Why are we doing that? Because we are exploiting their available slabs. Are you understanding? So we will be having separate slabs for individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. In fact, you should also know that are these above slabs 0, 5, 20, 30? As your income increases, your rate will increase. Therefore, we divert our upper side wala income. Separate slabs for individual, separate for HUF. Now we also understand why HUF is a tax evasion tool. Why I started HUF the day I got married, so that I can take income in the name of my HUF. If you belong to Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, Buddhism, do not waste a single day. If you have already spent years and years, you have been foolish. And you go and find out that if people in your family are not utilizing the benefits of HUF, then they are losing out on the tax benefit. It has to be an instant decision. That's the maximum that I can contribute. Now don't come and ask me, sir, how to open, sir, can you make affidavits, sir? Sir, I do everything. We are practicing for ma'am does the practice. But that is not covered in class admission. Bula, sir, that we have enrolled for the class, so you will not open our HUF free. Hey bro, tomorrow you will tell me to do your company audit also free. We provide all services, bro. You want farmer's license? Once you are a registered farmer, then any income is exempt. Bro, any income, you just say, I got it from farming. Bro, मैं तो क्या बोलता हूँ, you take your own life insurance policy of 4-5 crore rupees, pay the premium for a couple of years. Then you want the claim, I will make your death certificate. Disability certificate wherever we get benefits. Death certificate for claiming insurance money. All facilities provided but not covered in class admission. वो separate. मतलब I will charge less. Look at the smartness. When I say I will charge less, remove the last word. I will charge less. Remove the last word. Huh. Practicing CA form is separate. So kindly do not take this luxury of coming in. Sir, my daddy got a tax notice. No, sir, can we draft a reply to? Of course, we can draft a reply. And I can draft a much better reply than you, your family member, or your family member ka CA. Because your CA is practicing. I am teaching this to the whole world. But charges are separate. You can take the visiting card before going. We will be reasonable with you. So whenever you go to that office ka meeting, you just have to say, okay, we are sir ka student. So charge less. So they will charge less. Clear hua? Ladies and gentlemen, open HUF immediately. Please don't be offended. Whoever is eligible, uska bol raha hu. You know, with friends I can play around with them I can do whatever. Abhi last Jan batch there was this guy called Shoaib. Oh, like friendship jaisa, you know him. Oh, masti I used to do. So literally many a times in class I told him, you want benefit of HUF, so convert no. But देखो वो it takes some time to develop those cordial relations. So we don't get offended. But those who are eligible should open HUF immediately. Are people diverting their incomes and taking benefits and evading taxes because of HUF? Sir, government is suffering losses. They must abolish. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, no government is ever going to abolish the concept of HUF. HUF ka concept is here to stay. Sir, why? Because that government won't be again voted to power ever. Ultimately, you cannot upset the majority to please the minority. Are you clear? Huh. So what to do? Bro, I am in a funny manner saying convert for taking benefit. Bro, you go to UP, you will have to convert and change your name also. Huh, UP mein, you know who it is, no? Huh. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, HUF should be abolished. Government is suffering losses. People are diverting their incomes. I am diverting the income. But HUF is here to stay. Everyone is clear? So separate limit will be available, separate slabs will be available for individual HUF, AOP, BY, artificial beautiful person. By the way, you must also know that there are no slabs for company and firm. That is, companies and firms have flat tax rate. For example, if I have to tell you about partnership firms, in partnership firm, the tax rate is flat 30%. So, matlab partnership firm has earned 10 lakh, so 3 lakh is tax. 1 lakh to 30,000 tax. 10,000 to 3,000 tax. Bro, partnership firm earns 100 rupees, no? Then also 30 rupees tax will be payable by the firm. Every rupee is taxable at flat. See, we earn 250, we don't have to pay any tax. But firm earning 250 still has to pay tax of 30%. Companies and firms are not given any slabs. While companies and firms ka taxation is not a very big part of inter ka syllabus, but I will still be doing that in tax rates ka chapter. Right now, I just want to make you understand slab rates are not available to companies and firms. Slabs ka benefit, first lower, then increase the rate, is applicable only to individual HUF. Focus on individual HUF. AOP, BY, AJP also not required. Next, in tax calculation, other than the above rates, see, have we applied the other rates, the above rates, 0, 5, 20, 30? And for company and firm, we will apply flat rate. There are additional concepts called rebate. Whenever such poor beggar kind of words are used, garib bhikhari words like rebate, relief, reduction, it simply means that they are going to reduce your tax. Surcharge means they will increase your tax. There is something called cess. Full name is Health and Education Cess, HEC. They are going to increase your tax. Means here they will reduce your tax, here they will increase your tax. So whatever tax you have calculated will be subjected to rebate, surcharge and cess. That I don't want to teach you right now. Just to tell you that there is something, because you'll go outside this classroom today and start telling me, oh, I know tax calculation. You give me 12 lakh rupees. On 12 lakh, you will do 0%, 5, 20 and 30. This is tax. But no, there will be cess on that tax. So I am just telling you, till now, we have not completed anything. Do not go and claim in front of people that I have studied tax rates. I am giving you rough idea only for understanding some concepts here better, which will be understood better if you have knowledge of the concept of slabs. Ye clear hai? So yes, there are going to be additional concepts in the name of debate, surcharge or cess, over and above the basic tax. Plus separate slabs will be given for all HUF, AOP, BY. Plus companies and firms, there are going to be no slabs. We will be leaving flat tax. You must also know that rates in income tax are different if you are senior citizen. Senior citizens ka tax rate is low. What is our basic exemption? 2,50,000. Just to let you know, if you are senior citizen, basic exemption will be 3 lakh. So our 5% starts after 250. Their 5% will start after 3 lakh. So they get additional 50%, 50,000, not 50%, 50,000 benefit, because out of respect for senior citizens, we are taking less tax. So again, just in case you go home and claim that I know basic tax, rebate, surcharge not taught, cess not, basic I know, and your grandparent is asking you to calculate tax, still you will be wrong, because their rates are not these. I just wanted you to know what is the culture of slabs, where as your income increases, your rate changes on that increased amount. But senior citizen ka separate rates will be taught to you separately. You must also have a rough idea. All this is rough idea. I wrote the heading up. All this is a rough idea that there are certain incomes that will be taxable at special rates. Means above slabs are not going to be applicable to these incomes. I'll give you one example. For example, in our chapter income from other sources, there is an income given. They say, if you have generated any kind of winning without luck, without hard work, only because of luck, winning from lottery, or you have any winning from crossword lottery, you understand? You have to go and buy the ticket and then you win. We are talking about that lottery, not Vicky Kaushal. Vicky Kaushal. Array tube lights. We are talking about or for that matter Ranveer Singh also. हाँ वो तो biggest lottery possible, but we are talking about that monetary lottery. Crossword puzzle, वो newspapers etc. they ask for this. Card games, तीन पत्ती, rummy, poker, any game in the nature of betting or gambling, any game of luck, any game of chance, any game in the nature of betting, any game in the nature of gambling. This includes all your TV game shows also. A game like KBC, bro, forget that. A TV show like Indian Idol is also casual winning. Don't say, no, no, sir, I think well. Arey, bro, but you got selected up to that stage. It's still luck. It's not fully on the basis of talent. And all these incomes have been given a very, very short name. See, every time we can't be writing such a long sentence, no? So they have been given a pet name. Pet names are given only so that we don't have to say full names. I know most of your pet names are so embarrassing that look at your face. Your pet. Iska pet name, you know. She was making fun of you. I am giving you chance. Iska pet name, you know. No, no problem. Because we don't want to say such a big name again and again, we have given a pet name. Winning, this is, you know, we say, tarika thoda casual. Casual winning. What do we call it? Casual winning. Casual winning. Casual winning. Casual winning. Winning without luck, winning with luck, without effort, without hard work. Winning because of luck, game, chance. And this income will not be taxable at slabs 30%. Flat 30%. Matlab kya? See, sir, supposingly I have salary of 5 lakhs and I have lottery winning of 2 lakhs. So my total income is 7 lakhs. Now, normally what do you do? 0 to 250 to 55. That is your normal system. But here you will not do it that way. What are you going to do? Take your 7 lakh and split it into two parts. Special income will be kept separate and your other income will be kept separate. Your special income will be taxable at a flat rate of 30, or rather, casual winning is an example. So instead of saying 30 is applicable only to casual winning. There is another income called long-term capital gain. Uska tax rate is different. There is another income called stock market profit. Uska tax rate is different. So instead of writing only 30, you'll get confused that there is only one special rate. There are many special rates. This is only an example. Special income will be taxable at special rate and other income will be taxable at the above slabs that are taught. So we will segregate our total income into two parts: normal, special, normal, special, normal income, normal rate, special income, special rate. That together will become my basic tax, and then I will do rebate, surcharge, cess, everything. In this normal tax for company and firm, there is no slab, there is flat rate. In this normal tax for senior citizen, we give a little better benefit compared to normal individuals. You are understanding this? And one last point in this rough idea about tax. My target, my intention was nowhere to make you understand. Tax calculation was never my target. My target was rough idea so that you understand NTTI better. Today, the biggest problem of my life, the biggest pain of my life, that one lady who has ruined my life, auntie, auntie. Her name contains the word Nirmal. Nirmal in Hindi means pure, clean, swachh. Her name contains Sita. Her name contains Ram. Look at the positivity in the name and negativity in the female. Because auntie, how she has ruined my life, I'll tell you. That tax rates that I have been taught to you above are not the final conclusion now. For calculation of tax, now there will be two regimes. The old regime and the new regime. The above slabs that I have given you as example, are of old regime. New regime ka slabs are different. So what is the story of this new regime? Okay. 2020 ka budget. That painful budget, I must tell you. By the way, that same budget in which she amended residential status and brought that deemed resident, etc. World was thinking about fighting with COVID. She was bringing changes and crazy amendments. Crazy amendments. See what she did. I told you, no, my brother's wedding was there, and I was 4th February ko was my brother's wedding, 2020, and 1st February budget day. So my brother took off from office on 1st Feb. I was on leave from December. When you are the elder one, you have to work for the wedding arrangements of the younger one. We are Indian household. The whole community comes to the wedding. Some of them I don't even know who they are, but they just come to eat, bro. Huh. So, celebrities, no Bollywood. Virat and Anushka went to Italy for getting married. 20, 30 people went and they came back. In our weddings, no 20, 30 people are upset for some reason or the other. They are always upset about something. 20, 30 people, though, you have to go and convince about certain things. Believe me. So, budget was going on the TV. At the same time, I was doing my arrangement work. Suddenly, I see auntie saying that everyone is putting pressure on me to reduce tax rates. I hereby announce new tax rates, which is normal. Every year, tax rates will change. Tax rates will come in the budget. She gave some new slabs. Then she said, anybody paying tax as per these rates will not be eligible to take special economic zone deduction. The word deduction means we are reducing your taxable income, but you have to leave that deduction. Lots of exemption. One big example is Chapter 6A, for example, life insurance, medical insurance. We get Chapter 6A deduction from gross total income, and then we derive our NTTI for tax purposes. Those deductions not available. So auntie kept on saying, SEZ not available. Minimum alternate tax, a big chapter in CA final, not applicable. Alternate minimum tax, another big chapter, it's there in your syllabus also, not applicable. Some big sections of PGBP cut deductions not applicable. Salary ka some big sections not applicable. And one by one, as she was removing these things, the normal uneducated people in the family who are still watching the budget without understanding everything, budget day has maximum tax experts in the country. They were drawing conclusions like, from today, no LIC benefit, no medical insurance benefit. Their thought process was different. My thought process was, from today, no need to teach ATC. From today, no need to teach ATD. From today, no need to teach special economic zone chapter. From today, no need to take minimum alternate tax chapter. As and when she was saying, one by one, chapters, word sections, big sections are getting deleted. Like literally how I used to shout in my childhood in Wankhede Stadium, no, Sachin. I was literally at home shouting, auntie. Because if she does this, 30% of your syllabus, believe me, ladies and gentlemen, is eliminated. 30% of the chapters of the sections not to be taught because they are abolished. I am reducing tax rates by removing all these exemptions and deductions. Fantastic. 30% syllabus over. I will not reduce fees because when syllabus increased, then I was not paid. So I will not reduce fees. At same fees, I will teach 30% less. Auntie. Last my auntie says, assessee can pay any one of them. Whichever is beneficial. Option, see, if auntie is giving you option, whenever you have an option between two things in tax, which one will you pay? Wherever there is more tax, because CAs are partners in nation building. Kya, haan? Obviously, we will pay the lower one. And for paying the lower one, you will have to calculate both. For paying the lower one, you will have to, that means take all the exemptions and deductions which are existing and pay tax as per the existing rates on the lower income because you have taken the exemptions, taken the deductions. So income is less. Existing rates were high. Calculate that tax. Or leave all the exemptions and deductions. So income will increase. On that apply the new rates which are lower. This tax or this tax, whichever is. Bro, if you have to calculate both, then I have to teach all. That means that 30% is not going. Plus extra. Today in tax rates chapter, every question I have to solve twice. As per old, as per new. She did not reduce my work. She has increased. CA final direct tax ka batch which used to get over in 2 months, now it takes 3 months. CA inter ka batch which used to get over in 125 hours, it takes 140, 150, sometimes 160, 70 hours. Everything has increased. The number of sections, the quantum, the logic, the explanation, the complications in the law. If there is one thing that has not increased, is the payment of direct tax faculty. Direct tax faculty deserves an increment. If there is one thing that has not increased, is the payment made to tax faculty. Everything else has increased. Don't laugh. You look at my bank statement, you want to cry. Now I have to teach you tax rates twice. So the above slabs are old regime wala rates. New regime mein rates are different. But then if I tell you, just see your reaction to this. Huh? That in new regime, you will not get 10 double A special economic zone deduction. You will not get house rent allowance exemption. You will not get 10, 14 exemptions. You will not get section 16 cut deductions in salary. You will not get deduction of interest of self-occupied property. You will not be allowed to adjust losses of let-out property against your other income. What looks are you giving me? Whatever I am speaking for you right now, it is Greek, Latin, French. You want more? Chapter 6 say deduction not allowed. Exemption when minor ka income is clubbed of 1500 rupees, that is not going to be allowed. Scientific research ka deduction under PGBP will not be allowed. Additional depreciation will not be allowed. You are doing. As and when we do these chapters, I finish salary, you'll understand what is house rent allowance, what is leave travel allowance. As I finish house property, you will understand what is self-occupied property, what is let-out property. As I finish PGBP, you will understand what is scientific research, what is additional depreciation. As I finish the syllabus, you will learn all these exemptions and deductions in course of the syllabus. So at the end of NTTI, you will know what exemptions, deductions are given in income tax law. In old regime, take all those exemptions, deductions, reduce your income and solve those questions as per old rates. In new regime, don't take those deductions, increase your income, solve question as per new rates and pay old or new total. क्या है पागल है? You'll pay two taxes, old and new total. You have to pay any one. Which one will you pay? Whichever is benefit. Optional है तो obviously we will choose whichever is lower. No. Auntie has given two regimes of taxation. So as a chartered accountant, when my client approaches me, so I also have to give two options. I always give two options: old regime or poison. In course of your syllabus, I will teach you that new taxation regime is the biggest scam after demonetization, of course. New taxation regime is the biggest possible scam. Purposely, they are forcing you to think it that way. You know what? Auntie has floated this news in public that 70% of taxpayers of the country have moved to the new regime. You went and checked. This is that classic old case study. You know, this is typically the mindset of a seller. Auntie wants to sell new regime to you. Auntie wants to make new regime compulsory. She is the finance minister. She just has to abolish this. By the way, if she ever does this, if she by chance makes new regime compulsory, today it is optional. So I have to do both. You have to do both. Solve every question twice. If ever new regime is compulsory, I will surrender myself at her feet and apologize for every word spoken. I will say, Auntie, मैं पागल मारो. Hit me, Auntie, hit me. You've seen that parachute guy who is stuck and then, मैं पागल हूँ जो यार. पागल. That parachute guy. You've seen that Bollywood movie Sholay? In the last scene, that guy has nails in his shoes. I will give those shoes to Auntie and say, Auntie, hit me. I have offended you, Auntie, hit me. Kill me, Auntie. Because if new regime is compulsory, 30% of syllabus not to be taught. Abolished from income tax law. But she cannot make it compulsory. Because if she makes it compulsory, so people will not take medical insurance, life insurance. See, today people take life insurance, medical insurance, not to safeguard their family, but because they get tax benefit. If she makes new regime compulsory, the benefits are gone. People will stop taking insurance because main target of insurance is tax benefit, not security of family. Tendency of Indians stupid hai. Kya, what to do? If people stop taking insurance, the companies will stop getting premiums. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian markets will collapse. Because how many of you know that who are the biggest investors of equity markets? Who is the biggest investor of Indian stock market? Insurance companies. You pay them premiums. With your premium, they buy equity shares. Because equity has the potential of becoming, double, triple, 5 times in few months also. Just imagine you paying 40,000 premium every year and then taking claim of 1 crore. Where will they get the money from? They multiply their wealth using equity markets. Who is the biggest shareholder of Adani Group? Do you know that? Life Insurance Corporation of India. And every time Adani ka positive or negative news comes, see the direct effect on the shares of LIC. So insurance companies are biggest investor of stock markets. If they stop getting their premiums, so they will stop investing in equity markets. Indian equity markets will collapse. Economy will collapse. And auntie does not want to take the blame on herself. So she will not make new regime compulsory. Because if she makes it, then people will stop taking insurance. So what has she done? Option. So if you take new by leaving your premium ka benefits, you are responsible. No, we are not responsible. The onus is on you. The person responsible for going to new regime is you. I have given this as an option. So she is playing safe. So because she has given as an option, good tax consultant will not let his client go to new regime. Because new regime is not actually giving any great benefit. Rather, the exemption deduction that you are leaving now can be worth crores of rupees. So intelligent chartered accountants are not letting their client go to the new regime. So people are stuck in the old regime. Now auntie thought that if I will give both regimes, so people will go to new regime. So I am not forcing, you are going by choice, but nobody is going. So she is day by day trying to make the new regime look attractive. Hey, she is not making it attractive. Please understand the statement. She is not making it attractive. She is making it look attractive. There is a bloody hell lot of a difference between being attractive and looking attractive. New regime will look attractive to someone who does not understand taxation. But new regime is a scam. And what is she doing? Newspaper mein she printed 70% people have moved to new regime. A normal tendency. You tend to do what everyone is doing. You will not apply your brain. So everyone is going in new regime, so I should also go. As a kid, we were taught this by our school teachers that he will jump in fire, you will also jump. He will come under the train, you will also come. Everyone is coming, so I will also drink poison. ऐसा होता नहीं. And what if I tell you everyone is not going? Who checked that 70% number? You have seen all the returns filed in the country. No, na. That number is false. She wants to purposely motivate you. This was a classic strategy used by Red Bull energy drink. You don't know that case study? Red Bull as an energy drink, when it came to India first time, it was slightly expensive. It was at that time priced at about 200 rupees, 250 rupees. When I was in class 11, so in Mumbai we have college from class 11 itself. After 10th we have college, 5 years ka college. 2 years junior college, 3 years degree college. So class 11 we in Mumbai call it first year junior college. They used to try sell these cans outside our college and 250 rupees 20 years ago was not affordable. We used to get soft drinks at 10 rupees, 15 rupees, 20 rupees ka pet bottles. So 250 was out of question. People were not buying. Product was good. Product is good. It has taste and it meets what it claims. You drink one can of Red Bull, believe me, you will not feel sleepy. Believe me, whenever I have to drive for longer hours, for example, Monday, as I said, that next Monday directly I'm taking. Monday, I will be leaving my house at 4 o'clock directly to Rajasthan, 14 hours drive. I am going to be driving. Every time I have this journey, one or two cans of Red Bull, I don't feel sleepy at all. But 250 was too much. So product was good, but people are not buying. Then Red Bull used a classic strategy. They went outside all bars, discotheque, pubs, uh, nightclubs where people go for partying. Outside the club, wherever they find the dustbins, they threw lots and lots of empty Red Bull cans over. It should be in your sight. And so many empty cans means people thought, "Oh, everyone is consuming. Should be good." Then people started buying. You first have to make people used to you. And we have this mentality called herd mentality. You will do something that everybody is doing. Bro, believe me, people in coaching, CA coaching to be specific, individual faculties to be specific, have spent lakhs and lakhs of rupees on this to create that image on social media that I am the best. This subject is my monopoly. Special podcasts are being conducted, and that podcast ka person is paid to ask a question, sir, how much do you make in a month? And say such a big figure that people will feel that you are the someone. I had no idea. I did not have any idea about how social media works, how these influencers work. I saw one popular influencer of chartered accountancy doing podcast with almost everyone. So I said, I like your work. Let's work together. I said, I will do one interview with you. I have so many things to share with students. You have good audience as students. It's okay, they can be anybody's students. But my experience of 14 years, if it helps them, so it will be good. He said, yes, sir, we will do it. 3.5 lakh rupees you will have to. बोला, क्या? What? बोला, bro, aren't you supposed to share knowledge? बोला, no, sir, but we have to monetize also. Yes, I agree that I approached, but I had no idea that it works like this. I said, if that's the case, wait. I then inquired with more people, and everyone told me, no, it works like this. बोला, he to still focuses only on the CA वाला part or professional वाला part. There are bigger influencers national level पे. Then I came to know about there is this guy called Beer Biceps Ranbir Alabadia. I found out that also. I found that he also is doing interviews, podcasts, but that is also paid. Then finally, when I was asked, "Are you interested?" I said, "Bro, if I will pay you 3 lakh now, I can afford 10 lakh. I will pay Ranbir Alabadia. Thank you very much." I thought we are here to share knowledge. I thought social media is have fun, share knowledge. I had no idea it works like this. ये tendency है that try to force people to believe, and auntie is forcing people to. I have no offense towards what other people are doing. Huge respect for them. Huge respect for them. You are doing anything good for the students of the country, especially chartered accountancy students, where I have a soft corner. Do whatever you want to. You earn more than me, less than me, I don't care. So, with due respect to them, the point is human tendency hai that you will do what other people are doing without thinking. And auntie is forcing people into the new regime with this smartness. 70% people are filing in new regime. You just see next time she starts the budget speech. Now that you will understand a few things. No? 1st February, ko, see what she speaks about the new regime. Every alternate statement, you'll find her doing propaganda of new regime. Despite being finance minister and having the power of abolishing the old regime altogether, we are going to be the happiest people. She does not want to take this responsibility on her, that insurance ka tax benefits which were going on since decades removed by this government. Because no one will understand the fact if she says first 10 lakh basic exemption, after 10 lakh 5% till 15 lakh, after 15 lakh maybe say 15% tax rate till 30 lakh, after 30 lakh 30%. No one will understand the benefit of that. All people will say is, sir, now life insurance, medical insurance tax benefit not available. So end of the day, because she does not want the blame on herself, what has she done? Kept it as option. So bro, what we will have to do? We will have to solve as per old, as per new, learn everything. Nothing in the syllabus is going. In fact, syllabus is going to increase to the extent of new taxation regime. Just imagine, last 15 minutes ka discussion I am doing on this. If it was not optional, so we would have gone ahead. And like this, 30% you count the total duration of your batch, 30% will be reduced. तो बोलता हूँ, you keep on now. See, today you are in inter, you keep on messaging the government, email to government का various departments का finance department का email address available on public domain. Finance ministry को you tweet, you tag them, tag the PM, make new regime compulsory, make new regime compulsory. By the time you reach CA final 3 years from today, you never know if new regime becomes compulsory. So your content to be studied and complication will be too less. One good news. Second, abhi ye good news or bad news, the world does not know right now. Auntie in the last budget which she gave on the 23rd of July also made an announcement that we are trying to have a complete revamp, a complete change of the income tax law. We will, weed out, abolish the existing act altogether and have a completely new, simplified, very easy to understand income tax act. Very easy to understand and follow. So, just imagine whatever you are learning right now may just get abolished. You never know. Is her announcement. Okay. And then, of course, your reaction can also be, oh, sir, then if this gets abolished and new law comes, then so we will take admission together in some coaching class. Then aisa we'll keep our hand around your shoulder. Chal na, bro. Chal. Ja, vada pav leke na ja. No, bro, listen. Even if it completely changes, I will still know more than you. Okay? I don't prohibit you from putting your hand around my shoulder as a friend. I never have a problem with that. If it's a male student, I also do it without thinking. But when it comes to a female student, I believe in keeping some safe distance. So I stay a little away. They ask for pictures, etc. Also, I stand like this. I avoid to the extent possible. Unless, once upon a time, it is like a result occasion. It is like kids like these whose photos you see on the book. When they make you so proud, no, I don't think then whether to keep the hand around the shoulder. I don't think that way. But generally, I prefer to maintain safe distance. So you have the freedom. But in this freedom, don't tell me, chalo sir, let's join some coaching class for tax. Because still I will only go through the law and later you will come to me only, sir, how to interpret this. Having said that, and knowing auntie, she does not understand simplification of law. Knowing her nature, she'll try to simplify and end up adding 10 more complications in the law. This is auntie after all. Now I have known her for 5 years. And what will happen on the budget day? All these tax experts, 1 week before the budget and couple of days after the budget, TV debates will start. This should happen in tax, that should happen. They keep on saying nonsense, predictions, don't understand they are tax experts or astrologers. Finally, what is announced in the budget is something else. So let the budget come. And by the way, even if the income tax law completely changes, you have to study this only for May 25, September 25, Jan 26. If the new budget comes and completely changes income tax law, that new budget will also apply only from May 26. ये clear है? हाँ, but so for now we will have to calculate tax twice, tax as per old regime, tax as per new regime, and pay a total of them. Correct or no? Come out of your dreams. Tax as per old regime, tax as per new regime, and pay the total of them. Yes or no? Pay whichever is. Everyone is clear about this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I wanted to give you some rough idea about tax. I have not taught you tax calculation. I just wanted to give you rough idea how people divert their incomes. Now today also, I told you, every time you will get this feeling, today I have learned something new, something different. I will be able to use this in my life. Let us wait for 2-3 more chapters to get over and start talking to people about taxation. People who understand taxation, they will automatically start respecting. As of now, you have zero respect at home. Bichara poor guy is so peacefully admitting yes. But now after this knowledge, you start interacting with people at home. No, automatically you will see the way they look at you, the difference in the way they look at you. Okay. So we are not going into the details, but rough idea I had to give that slab ka concept, diversion of income ka concept, understood? Because our task right now at hand is calculation of NTTI. Tax. Have I taught you tax rates? No, I have only given you rough idea. We have to actually first calculate tax ka rates. Sorry, we have to. I was checking you are paying attention. We have to first calculate NTTI. NTTI will divide your incomes into two parts. Those incomes on which you have to pay tax and those incomes on which you don't have to pay tax. What do we call them? Exempt income. So first we will start with this. Our third chapter is incomes. Now that you have the book, everything is visible to you. Incomes not forming a part of total income means we don't have to include them in my NTTI. Then for taxable income, as you are aware, we will be having 5 chapters, 5 heads. That is chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Salary, house property, PCBP, capital gain and other sources. 5 heads ka total is not NTTI. In this we will add income belonging to other people. Best example is Adnan, minor child. Minor child ke income pe who will pay tax? Parents. Fantastic. Chapter number 9. Sir, is this NTTI? No, sir. It is not even GTI. We will also adjust our losses. One activity profit, other activity loss. So we pay tax on the net amount. That is going to be about chapter number 10. After doing this, what we will get is GTI. From this, see. Now, new regime, you will not get the deductions. But if new regime is optional, then for old regime, we will have to learn no. So, can you imagine deductions chapter which will take 3 lectures only? Not to be taught if new regime is compulsory. So, this is chapter number 11 and this will give you your same chapter number in our index is 11. Income tax law, it is chapter 6A. What they have done in income tax law? Related sections they have made a chapter. For example, chapter 1 is all definitions, basic concept. Chapter 2 in income tax law is residential status. Chapter 3 in income tax law is exempt income. Chapter 4 in income tax law has 5 parts, 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E. You want to guess what is chapter 4? Heads of income. Section 4 nahi re pagal. Chapter 4. Chapter 1 basic concept. Chapter 2 residential status, exempt income. 4 has 5 parts. So that is 5 heads of income. Chapter 5 and 6 may you will get clubbing and set off. And then chapter 6 may you will get deductions. So the law has done what? Related sections they have merged into a chapter. So deductions are given to you in the chapter 6A, but in our index it is chapter number 11. And this is how we have to learn 9 chapters. We are going to obviously start our study with exempt income. Matlab whatever we will learn in this chapter, these incomes will be excluded. Means we take the total but remove them. Or don't take them only. These incomes will be known as exempt income. Exempt income in income tax law starts with section 10. So see, section 1 was title and commission. 2 was residential definition. The chapter was 2 was definition. 3 was previous year. 4 was charging section. 5 was scope of total income. 6 was residential. 7, 8, 9 may you have that income deemed to be Indian income that is given in 7, 8, 9. 10 may we have exempt income. Section 10. Section 11 to 13. Section 13A and section 13B are sections in which income will be exempt, means on these incomes you don't have to pay any tax. Exempt income is given in this section. From 15, no salary starts. At 15, section 15, salary ka chapter will start. So these are the sections. So this is the general section in which all the exempt incomes are given, section 10. This part is for charitable trust. Charitable trust, the moment you see here their name, in the name itself you see poverty. So we are not required to be told that charitable trust will be eligible for tax benefit, tax exemption. Given where? 11 to 13. 13A says that if you are a political party, you will get tax exemption. See, charitable trusts do community work, so they should get exemption. Why are political parties getting tax exemption? Providing services. कौन था ये? What services? Audit, tax. Political parties are doing what? Social work. So they must get tax exemption. And, achha, by the way, anyone here who has family members involved in politics? On? In which party? Safest for now. Safest. And best part is that if your family member is working for BJP, we can make fun. They will not come and beat. Local political parties, you can't make fun of them. Plus, this is the other. Very, very dangerous place. I'm not taking any name in any case. We'll make fun of BJP. Best is Congress. You make fun of the party, you make fun of their leader, you make fun of everything. They will also enjoy the fun. Because they know all that is true. Someone asked Gujarat ka ex-chief minister, there is this ex-CM of Gujarat, Vijay Rupani. He was asked that people are saying that you are giving 25 crore rupees to every Congress MLA to switch sides and come to BJP. Are you giving 25 crore rupees to every Congress MLA? He said, bro, in 25 crore I can buy entire Congress. Believe me, this video of Vijay Bhai Rupani is available on social media. So political parties are not getting tax exemption because they are doing social service. Political parties are getting tax exemption because they are creating a section. Who brings amendments? Government. Government is run by political parties. Normally, when ruling party brings a proposal, opposition will shout slogans, bang the tables, not let parliament function. But when proposals like these are presented, they are passed in the parliament, not with ordinary majority of 51%, not with special majority of 75%, but with 100% majority without any discussion. Because whether ruling party or opposition party, it is a political party eligible for tax benefit. And to give funding to these political parties, there is an organization called Electoral Trust. What is the objective of Electoral Trust? Receive donations from people and give funding to political parties. You and me are too poor and middle class to understand the concept, but every big industrial house of the country, for example, there is a Tata Electoral Trust, there is Reliance Electoral Trust. They accumulate funds in the trust, and from that they distribute money to political parties. So these organizations will get tax exemption, and these sections 11 to 13B. Thank you for explaining. Final मध्ये येणार. These topics are a part of CA final. So at intermediate level, you don't have to study any of them. At intermediate level, you only have the only section of exempt income that you have is section 10. Everyone is with me? Now section 10 also has various parts, subparts. For example, 10.1, 10.2. These are subparts. No? So section 10 ka some of the clauses are in inter and some other again final. means section 10 also is not completely a part of your syllabus. Selected part of section. And in that also, this part I have to teach you. You understand? 11 to 13b I am not going to teach you, not in your syllabus. I will teach you after 2.5 years. This part I am not going to teach you because this again in final. But at least this part I have to teach you. But in this also, some part of section 10 will be taught to you in this chapter. Some part of section 10 will be taught to you in other chapters. For example, section 10.5. Is this a part of section 10? Exemption. This is a concept called leave travel allowance. Section 10.10. Is this exemption? A concept called gratuity. Or section 10.10a. A concept called pension. All this will be taught to you, but in a chapter called income from salary. Section 10.32. Is this section 10? But this will be taught to you in a chapter called clubbing of income. Matlab, am I going to teach you all these parts of section 10? But some of them will be covered in another chapter where they are directly related. All these things, as the name indicate, are they directly related to your salary? So they will be taught in salary. Matlab, in this chapter, I will be teaching you only the unrelated part of section 10. Section 10 is a very big section, but out of that section 10, a very, very small and limited part I will be doing with you in this particular chapter. Why, sir? 11 to 13b is not in syllabus only. 10 ka bhi major part is a part of CA final, and whatever is a part of inter, in that also the bigger sections are a part of other chapters. So supposingly I do with you in class section 10.1, then 10.2, then I go to 10.4. I am not doing 10.3. The reason 1, it is in final. Reason 2, it is in some other chapter. Reason 3, it is abolished. For example, I will do 10.4. Then I will directly go to 10.6 because 10.5 I am going to teach you in salary ka chapter. So very limited part of section 10 is a part of your syllabus of CA intermediate. Is that understood? That limited part, obviously we will be doing. We will require about 2 lectures to complete your exempt income, and that will commence our 5 heads of income. Everyone is clear? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as I promised, and I'm a man of my words. I promise something I honor. I promise only what I can honor. I will see you guys on 30th of December, Monday,